Welcome to the Burt Oval here at Claremont Cricket Club for the second T20 match of the day here on this beautiful ground. It is Australia over-55s against Zimbabwe over-55s, and the news from the toss is that Australian captain Clint Keblate won the toss and no hesitation in saying they wanted to have a bowl first on what is a different strip to the one that we used this morning for the the Wales versus USA games, and it is going to be Stuart Crisp opening the bowling for Australia. He didn't play in that test match last week, so looking forward to seeing Stuart bowl. Had a lovely chance to have a chat with him, and taking first delivery will be Jimmy White for Zimbabwe. And ready to get underway here. And is Milo Hopper. It's his birthday today, number 77 at the non-striker's end. And Stuart Crisp's underway down the leg side, and they'll go through for a single as it's just strayed down there, and Jim Johnston not able to pick that up cleanly. So he's bowling to a 5-4 offside leg side field, and he's got a man at deep mid wicket and a man at long on, are the two men out in the deep. And the Australians in their familiar yellow with the green trim, Zim in their red. Oh, that is off an inside edge down to the boundary. Looks like it's not gonna get there though. Bit of a chase on there for Matt Lewis. I think you've got Andrew Wheeler here next to me. Wheels, always good to have you here with us, Andrew, and had a few days off, and I know a bit of practice as well, practice games perhaps, but I believe that a lot of the team haven't been well over the last few days.
Yes, just after the test match, a few of us come down with a bug that's been going around here at the Cape, and so Craig Gislingham wasn't able to make the trip out today, and there's a bowl there, James.
Well, there we go. It is the first delivery faced by, well, that isn't it says Jimmy White there, not Miles Hopper. So Jimmy White bowled by Stuart Crisp. Excellent for Australia, the start there, as White has to make his way back to the pavilion. He won't be happy about that, Jimmy White. So too wide off the first ball, 3 off the second from an inside edge from Hopper, and now White facing his first legal delivery is sent back to the pavilion. So it is 5 for the loss of 1, or if you're in Australia listening to us, 1 for 5, and first blood then in this over to Stuart Crisp. So yes, you know that some of the players struggling more than others in terms of this bug, but apart from that, how have you had some time off at least?
Yes, a few of us went over to Robben Island yesterday, had a look over there. That was great. We've been up to the top of Table Mountain as well, but a few of the boys have just been relaxing, trying to get over this bug. Most of them are over it now, and looking forward to this tournament.
A fantastic tournament, off to a great start this morning. 2 matches taking place here, and Wales it was getting over the line against the USA. Maybe what could have been regarded as perhaps a little bit of a surprise, but an excellent all-round performance from Mike Cann, the former Bourlands cricketer. Has played some first-class cricket here in the Cape as well as in the UK. Stuart Crisp in for his third delivery down the leg side again. Just struggling with his line, apart from that one that he got to clean bowl Jimmy White earlier on in the over. Wayne Parham has come to the crease for Zimbabwe. And that once again is through down towards the boundary, and it will go over the rope for buys. So maybe just going through Jim Johnson there, I think bouncing rather horribly in front of him. So 4 buys. It has been an expensive over so far from Stuart Crisp at the wicket of white in that as well. This time there'll be no run for Parham as that's played to backward point. Just trying to see who that is. It looks like Mitchell Woods there at backward point. No, he's not. He's sitting here at Woods is here at mid-off. Down the leg side again from Crisp. Just struggling to get his radar going so far in this over. 11 for 1.
This is stopped.
Yeah, right here.
It's not set up properly.
Lets that go through to Johnson. So a successful over, but one that did cost. Just trying to get to the final score. I think it's 11, is it? Just going to ask Megan there. 11 for 1 at the end of the first over. And we're going to see Mitchell Woods opening from the Musenberg end. And so Australia with a very strong bowling lineup in this team. Richard Anderson on the field. He's the non-batter in the Australian lineup. And for Zimbabwe, the non-batter designated from there by Mark Warhurst. So no doubt we'll see Richard Anderson bowling as well for us later in the day here. So Mitchell Woods with his medium pace. That's a good delivery.
That one just beating the outside edge there. Mitchell Woods from New South Wales, in Armidale up north of New South Wales.
Oh, that's another good delivery. He's sort of caught on the crease a bit there. Is Hopper, and he gets it off the glove down backward of point for the single. Just try and give you an idea of who the personnel are in the field. That looks like John Short who fielded that. We've got Clint Kevley, the captain, at slip. Short at backward point. Is that Giddings, is it?
That looks like Puller.
Oh, Puller, full Puller.
Yep.
Yeah, in at cover.
Rasmussen at cover.
Yeah.
Lewis at mid-off. We've got Giddings at a deep mid-on. Anderson at a mid-wicket. And that is Bennett at square leg.
Yep.
And Crisp at fine leg.
All right, thank you very much to Andrew Wheeler for that. Having the knowledge of the players is always very important as Rasmussen comes across. Lets that one go through to the man at mid-off. So I'm sure that was a planned move, I'm sure, to get Matt Lewis to bend down a bit early on in the piece. So now it's a good run. Just played to the left of Anderson, and Parham's through quickly. Wayne Parham was here last year for the over-60s tournament. A few Zimbabwean players that did come through last year for that tournament. And John Jamieson, another one of those. Down the leg side.
Oh, that's well taken by Jim Johnson there.
It was outstanding, wasn't it? A great take down the leg side. And the end of the over. Now a better one for Australia, just a 2 off that. And it is 13 for the loss of 1 are Zimbabwe after 2 overs.
Yes, much better over there from Mitch Woods. Very economical there. Only think two or three off that.
Yep,
Two off
two
it.
there over. Yep.
Yep. Stuart Crisp to come in from the what end do you call this one from?
This is the Aldern end.
Aldern end, yes.
Oh, swing
Plays
and
a miss. Yep.
So we got a slip, a backward point, man-at point almost. It's more like a cover point, just forward a point. Extra cover, mid-off, deep. Man on the long-on boundary, mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket. And a short square leg. It's a chase for Darren Rasmussen. Don't know if he's going to get there. And he doesn't. And umpire Conrad Bass signals 4. It's great to have Jeff Charlesworth, Australian umpire, here with us as well, standing at square leg in this match. So always a great occasion, not only for the players but also for the umpires, Andrew, that can come through and join us here.
Yes, a lot of guys know Jeff. His nickname is Chiller.
Okay.
And he umpires a lot of the national competitions that we play in over in Australia. He goes to those national competitions and gets to know all the Aussie players, and is a really respected umpire in Australia.
Forum there, just trying to play it away into the offside, but he's very much sort of planting his leg down the wicket and trying to swing through the line of the ball there.
Stuart Crisp comes in, that one's just blocked, played to cover there, fielded by Paul Bennett.
He's done well, he's come back well, Stuart Crisp, that first over, just not quite getting his line right.
Dot ball there, batsman asking whether that was a wide, and the umpire saying no.
No. Outside the off stump, within that wide line, umpires just briefing the captains as well, just around exactly what they consider wide, and they have got more guidance and more leeway now. They've got those red lines as well that do mark the danger area, but they also use them for determining leg side wides, and that one is adjudged a leg side wide.
Yes, that's Stuart's, I think, 4th wide so far in 2 overs. So needs to go out, bowl at that 4th fish stump, I think, outside off.
Yeah, that's what you're asking for, Andrew, and he's played that down to Phil Puller at long on. It's the end of the 2nd over from Stuart Crisp, this one going for 6. So a better over for him there. Zimbabwe now 19 for 1 after 3. And Miles Hopper on 4, his birthday today, and that they were singing happy birthday to Milo, so I presume that's his nickname, Milo. Milo, for those of you who are listening from around the world, Milo in South Africa is like a malty chocolate drink, powdered a powder that's normally made up into a nice warm drink before you go to bed at night and enjoy that like a hot chocolate.
Yes, that's the same in Australia too.
Okay, there we go.
A lot of kids drink it at home in cold milk.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, we do as well, cold milk. So
that's a dot ball there to Parnham.
That's Hopper, I think.
Yep, Hopper.
Parnham, sorry.
Parnham on strike,
Parnham
number 2. Yep.
Our scorecard not updated. It is to
so score
Parham.
20 for 1.
Yeah, Parham on strike there. Just something on the wicket that's been picked up by umpire Charlesworth, as Richard Anderson is doing some warming up here in front of Conrad Bass at square leg.
That's a beautiful leg glance down there to fine leg and fielded by Stuart Crisp, and they come down for 1 single there. Yes, Craig Gislingham, obviously we had a practice game out at Groot Drakenstein the other day. He bowled very well and took, I think, three for not many.
Oh, right.
And he's crook in bed today, so we haven't been able to bring him out. He was a late withdrawal.
That's unfortunate for Craig. He played so well in that one-off test last week between the SA Rhinos and Australia. fantastic occasion that was. Here, a little bit warmer that day than it is today. Those days, should I say, than it is today.
Yes.
Andrew, in 38-degree heat last week.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot, and that's going to reach the boundary, I think. And Matt Lewis may have just cut that off a tad to... That's Glenn Giddings running down there and fielding that, throws it in, relay throw, and the batsmen get back for 2.
Great shot down the ground there from Miles Hopper. And as you say, Matt Lewis just getting a hand on that to stop it from going down to the boundary for 4. And immediately now, that shot being played, Clint Kebley has decided he's going to strengthen the cover field and take himself out of slip. So he's putting Matt Lewis in, I think, at a short catching position in the offside, almost a short mid-off position for Matt Lewis, or even maybe a short extra cover. It's in the air. Oh, and
it's dropped.
Just...
I think he may have got a hand to that, James.
I think he did. It would have been a specky had he taken it. What an effort from the captain, Clint Kebley, running away to his left. And I think he just may have got hands to it.
Yeah, it looks like with his body language there, he's got a hand to that.
Yeah, it's a telltale sign, isn't it? The way that the fielder looks disappointed that he probably did get something on that. No run there. Out to backward points. The end of another Woods over. 5 off that one from Mitchell Woods. He's been good so far. Just 7 off his 2 overs. It was a 6 off that over. It's 25 for the loss of 1. That's something.
Yes, and you're right. Richard Anderson was warming up. He's coming on now, replacing Stuart Crisp. Still only the 2 fieldsmen outside the ring. 6 overs is the power play for the T20 games here in Cape Town. So after 6 overs, you can have 5 fieldsmen outside the inner circle ring.
Anderson, very impressive with his right arm, medium pace, accurate bowler. Looking to hit the top of off most times. Keep it in that channel outside the off stump. You've got a ring field on the offside.
It's short, and that's been dealt with out to deep mid-wicket, but Australia have a man out there, and I think that is Craig Willis out there.
Oh, it's Craig Willis, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Craig Willis. Not in the lineup.
No, he's our 13th.
Oh, your 13th.
13th,
okay.
and we've been told that we are allowed to use our 13th.
Excellent.
Dot ball there from Richard Anderson, just bowling those nice lines, those channels of probably that 4th and 5th stump outside off.
And that's going to be really pretty much where we'll be wanting to keep it on it. It looks like a good surface, I must say. Just tickle it into the leg side, and Mitchell Woods will pick that one up. 20. Richards. 1.1.
No, he's doing it. No.
1.1.
1.1. The helmet's coming out here.
Going to be Jim Johnston standing up to Richard Anderson. So the wicket out there, Andrew, looks very similar to the wicket that we played on last week for the Test match. Does have a fair covering of grass, quite hard underneath. Australia probably wanting to chase here. It's excellently played once again by Parham, and Rasmussen's in chase, but he's not going to get there. And another boundary to Zimbabwe. Wayne Parham just pouncing on anything that might be short and wide, or just short, as Gazebo does a bit of flapping above us here in the wind.
Yes, you can't afford to be short on this pitch. I don't think if it's anything like the Test match pitch. Oh, well taken from Jim Johnson and well bowled by Richard Anderson there. But anything short on this pitch, you're just going to be taken for.
Yeah. Yeah, these pitches, they are slow generally, and yeah, you cannot afford to be short.
That's down leg side. Yep, another wide goes to the total. The Australians are bowling a lot of wides here, which is extra balls for the Zimbabwe team to score extra runs, and that's not good T20 cricket there, James.
No, 6 wide so far. Anderson just not able to get down to stop that one. But Crisp does the cleaning up behind.
Yes,
So
mate.
the end of the over. 7 gone.
No problem.
So Mitchell Woods continuing from the Musenberg end, bowling his 3rd and the last over in the power play. Zimbabwe 32 for 1 after 5, and they'll be quite happy, you would feel, after having lost the wicket in the first over. And once again, just not quite getting the lines right there. Woods down the leg side, and that's another single to Hopper. So Zimbabwe here, you feel, Andrew, they're probably quite happy that they've got to score, batting at about 6 and over, just over 6 and over.
Yes, I think wickets in hand are going to be key for the Zimbabwe's here. You know, they get through to 10 overs and only a couple of wickets down, and then they can start to launch and then set a good score for Australia to chase. Obviously, Australia looking to take as many wickets in this first 10 overs as possible.
Good delivery from Woods. He has been the pick of the bowlers so far for Australia. You see just the 7 runs of his bowling so far. And 33. Should be 33, yep.
Should be 33 the score.
It's through to the keeper, 33 for 1. A single off the first ball of this over. To Hopper, so it's Woods again. That's a very good delivery. Hits him on the pad as he lunges forward, Parham. But not really a concerted appeal from the Australians. Probably hit him outside the line, you feel. But it's good over from Woods again. Do you think he'll bowl his full quota of 4 straight through, Andrew?
I think he might have a rest now. I think they might bring someone out. I think they'll... Richard Anderson will bowl the 6th over. I think the 6th over, which will be the power play, and then the fielders can spread, and then I think they'll leave Mitch till later.
Okay, so that is, it is the 6th over now that has been bowled. Just to catching up with our scorecard here, Mitchell Woods, of his 3 overs, 0 for 9. Excellent bowling from the opening bowler for Australia, and power play is a thing of the past now. 34 for 1. So batting at 5.7 to the over are Zimbabwe, and now Richard Anderson will continue from the Ardern end.
Player miss there outside off stump. So I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 outside. We've got a deep backward square, a deep point, sorry. Glenn Giddings has now come in, and we've got a deep mid wicket. So there's still only 2 out, James.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to just keep the pressure on Zimbabwe, not give away too many easy runs. You might just find that Keble there at that fine leg, short fine position is on the edge of the ring. It's in the air, should be taken. Who wants it? Stuart Crisp wants it, but as his elbows hit the ground, it pops out, and that should have been taken. It just perhaps didn't quite get himself into the position where he was under the ball, and as he fell to the ground there, Andrew, looked like it popped out.
Yeah, I think he should have got himself more under the ball and taken that above eye height there, trying to take that down at waist height. Good ball there and well taken by Jim Johnson. That could be costly for Australia, that drop catch. That's 2 drop catches now. And the motto is catches win matches.
Indeed. And it's need to make sure that you take advantage of the opportunities presented to you, and that one certainly was an opportunity. It's hit firmly down the ground. Willis is chasing it, and he will leave it for Crisp. And
oh, what a great arm that is. Straight from the boundary, straight over the top of the stumps to Richard Anderson.
Yeah, outstanding stuff from Stuart Crisp on the boundary. He hasn't been banished there, has he, Andrew, now?
He may have been banished. His first game of the tournament, he's been had a crook calf. He's got over his calf injury, then he got quite ill and didn't play either Saturday in that practice game, and now it's his first game back today.
So 2 off that over, a good one from Anderson. Some control now being brought back in from firstly Woods and now Anderson for Australia, and just the 4 runs off the last 2 overs. So looking very positive.
So this is John Short coming on now. Like I said, Mitch Woods wouldn't bowl his 4th. He's only bowled 3, and John Short coming on now, who took a fifer in that famous test match that we played a few days ago, James.
Yeah, he was so good in that test match. Really just dried up the runs for the South African Rhinos and took the wickets. And he's going to try and do exactly the same thing here as John Short.
John obviously comes from Townsville, and we play him in a lot of nationals, and the guys don't give him the respect that he deserves, and that's how he gets his wickets. You know, he doesn't bowl quick; he just bowls on the spot, and the guys try to whack him, and they don't give him that respect, and that's how John gets his wickets.
Yeah, there's a lot of value in being a bowler that keeps a consistent line and length, and just targeting the top of that off stump. He has got the men now deep on the leg side, deep mid wicket, a long on. He's got a long off. He's got a deep cover. I can't see the man at third man. He's at short third. He's got a short fine leg. 4 fielders outside the ring, and he's in that channel that we expected. Just dabbed down.
Straight away in that channel, John is, Mr. Consistent we call him.
Yeah, and as you say, a lot of value in that. Yeah, it's a bit... That's another delivery right in that channel and just knocked down the ground for a single. It's a little bit of a change in personnel into that deep, or that long off position. Clint Kebley going down there, and Craig Willis coming into extra cover.
Well bowled again there, just paddled out to square of the wicket, or point there, and fielded by John Coulgis.
So dot balls bring pressure on the batters. And once again, that's an excellent delivery from Short, and a great take behind by Jim Johnson.
I think this wicket's going to suit John Short, just with his bowling, and you know how it's a slow and maybe a bit of a slow wicket, puts it in the right spot with that pace that he bowls.
Well, he's clearly now, we said he bowls in that channel, Andrew, and he's changed the field now to have a 6-3 offside leg side field, so he's put Richard Anderson into that backward point position. And he has to be outside the off stump. And And that's brought the chance, and it's taken by Rasmussen, who rolls over backwards after he takes the catch. Excellent work done there. He set the trap, you feel, to Miles Hopper, and he does try to play it from outside the off stump over the square leg or the deep mid-wicket boundary, and Rasmussen takes an excellent catch.
No birthday presents there for Miles today, James.
No.
He's been caught out there, so the Australians not giving him any presents there.
Well, they brought the man across from the leg side and put him into the offside, and it was outside off, trying to fetch it from outside the off stump. And all he could do is get a top edge, and Rasmussen, as I said, took an excellent catch. Those are never easy. A bit of a breeze blowing over his shoulder, so just had to judge it well, and he did. It's what you would expect, wouldn't you, from Darren Rasmussen?
Yes, Darren Rasmussen is an excellent fielder. He's probably one of the best in the team. Runs well, fields well, ground balls, and catches very well. Never looked in doubt taking that catch there, Darren.
So, success for John Short in his first over. As a new batter coming to the crease is
Captain
Gavin Lindsay, the captain.
Left-hander.
So 38 it is now for two. Partnership of 33 between Hopper and Parham. So left-handed
Partnership there, and just the right breakthrough there for Australia there, and hopefully they can put the brakes on a little bit here and start to bowl a few more dot balls.
Well, it's the pressure that's been created over these last few overs. So one more ball in this, the 8th over. Just defended into the offside by Lindsay. It's the end of a very good over from John Short, another 2 off that, and it is 38 for 2. That's fine. That's fine. Just do that, and that's fine. Then we'll just talk. We'll call the game. That's all. Okay. So we're just zooming out and putting the summary on there for you, as we will have to just adjust our camera slightly. It's moving around in the wind and may well become untethered, which we don't want. So we're going to call this like a radio game now, Andrew, as a change of bowler.
Yep.
Captain Clint Kebley coming on.
Yes, with Gislingham out, Clint's going to have to bowl today, he said.
Right.
So, but Clint does usually bowl for his state.
Right, very effective. As that one's just played down to Rasmussen at backward point. And now it's going to be first delivery from this side for Gavin Lindsay to face. He's faced one delivery from John Short, and now Kebley to the left-hander. So just to see what Australia are going to do here with the field. Andrew, it's they've got a man at short third man, a man on the deep point boundary, extra cover and long off, a mid on, mid wicket, a man deep backward square, and at short fine. I think I'm missing somebody. I was trying to see where that is.
I think there's only four out, James.
Yep. That's straight to Paul Bennett in at mid wicket, as it's fullish of length and played into that mid wicket area. So dot ball. Another one that's in the air, played down the ground. It's fullish of length, and Lindsay just taking it down to Crisp, who's got a gun arm, as you said, Andrew, in the deep from
very strong arm, and I think the Australians have set up pretty well there. Guys that can throw the ball on their boundaries. So really, really thought about where their fieldings are going to be.
It's played down into the wide third man region by Parham. Shortish ball outside the off stump and just cut down to Rasmussen comes around from his point, his position at deep backward point, and they go through for 2. So 2 balls left in the over from Keble. That's a good delivery, and that's hit straight down the ground again. Stuart Crisp coming in off the boundary very quickly. The ball a fullish of length, played down to the straighter side of long on for a single.
Don't think there's nothing wrong with his calf now, mate. He's
no,
sort of moving quite well, isn't he, in the field, Stuart?
He is indeed. Tall man, Stuart Crisp, and as you say, he really is looking strong out there today. And that's left alone outside the off stump by Lindsay to finish the over. 5 off the first Clint Keble over. It is 43 for the loss of 2.
John Short to come back on again after a very good, successful last over from him. So we'll see what he can do this time. Shorty's he's been under the weather as well, but he's virtually came good yesterday, and he looks like he's ready to go.
Short, his first over went for 2, 1 for 2. Here's the figures so far. And that's a huge appeal by Jeff Charlesworth, is saying not out.
Just the keeper went up there, I think. That was it. Just only Jim Johnson went up. I didn't even think John Short went up then.
No, the bowler didn't seem interested at all. Jim Johnson, he thought he maybe heard something or got a bit of a deflection. Well taken behind by Johnston. He almost seemed convinced that he got an edge on that. Yeah. Oh, hit straight back at him. I don't think you can really call that a chance, can you? That was hit quite hard and straight at John Short.
Well, going by what he's done in the Test match, James, those catches he took in the Test match, I think that would be a chance.
It would be a chance. Was hit quite hard, wasn't it? But yes, that catch he took in the Test match was absolutely incredible, diving off to his left. Floats that one up. This time
there it is, and he's got one now. There's the one.
There we go. He said you didn't get it the first time, and Wayne Parham gives him a high five because that was an excellent return catch, and that is what you love to see, isn't it? The camaraderie of, and that's what veterans cricket's all about, Andrew.
Yes, all about that, and it's great to see that it was hit very, very hard back at John, and he's taken a fantastic catch, and as you said, you saw the batsman come up and give him a high five, and that's great sportsmanship.
Lovely to see from Wayne Parham, and really, again, John Short displaying all the attributes that have made him such a successful player for the Australia over 55. So they are going to take a drink out there. We're going to just take a couple of minutes to get the scorecard back up and running as our producer has sorted out the camera, and we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes.
Search lead in tournament. So what's lined up, James.
Can start again. Welcome back here to Claremont Cricket Club. John Short to continue. We just had some lines repainted and we're still trying to get our camera all sorted out for you there. Producer just been moving it around to make sure that you're getting these pictures for you. Another dot ball, and this has been an excellent over again from John Short. Andrew, he's taken a wicket, 4 dot balls in the over. It's just defended back down the wicket by Rory McQuaid, another player who was here last year for the over-60s tournament.
Yes, John Short, 1 ball left in the over. He's got 2 for 2. Fantastic figures in a T20.
Yep.
And that's a maiden over.
Wicket maiden for John Short. Absolutely fantastic, Andrew. And he's done exactly what you said he was going to do. Kept it tight, got 2 wickets, 2 very important wickets, as Zimbabwe remain 43 for 3 at the end of 10. So they got off to a reasonably good start. 32 for 1 after 5, and they've just scored 11 runs in the next 5 overs for the loss of 2 wickets.
Yes, I think these two are going to bowl predominantly through these middle overs to try and just to bowl a lot of dot balls. Clint Kebley coming in. It's hit back to mid-off and fielded there by John Coolgis.
So back with you here live, just getting our scorecard updated. It is 43 for 3, and we're 2 balls into the 11th over. Australia put the squeeze on Zimbabwe here. That's
beautifully played down to like a third man, or very squarish third man, and well run for 2 runs there. Excellent running.
So the Kebley Short combination is very good for Australia. That's neatly played once again. Work for Stuart Crisp to do out in the deep, and they'll come through for another 2. So a couple of braces for the Zimbabweans in this, the 11th over, as our gazebo is blowing away here in the wind.
Yes.
It looks like it's actually torn there. That's probably why it's pulled off. Thanks to Phil Puller here, who's helping us. They take another single. Takes the score to 48. Neatly tickled down the leg side by Rory McQuaid, and the end of the Clint
Leg by that.
leg by Clint Kebley over. So what's that? 49 for 3 now after 11.
And it's John Short to continue again. So this is John's 3rd over in a row. Figures of 2 for 2. He's bowled 10 dot balls.
Incredible bowling from John Short. What you've come to expect from him, though, isn't it, Andrew? He just comes in and keeps it in that channel outside the off stump, makes it very difficult to score.
And right in the block hole there. Not much the batsman can do there, but just hit it back straight back to the bowler there.
Rory McQuaid just battling here to get off the mark. Face 5 deliveries now. in the air. It's to the left, so to the left of the man at mid-wicket.
That's Paul Bennett out there.
Just making a couple of adjustments to the field, bringing some protection around on the leg side. So you just sense maybe, also on the offside because the left-hander, just switching the field for the left-hander. Apologies for that. It's Keble coming to short third. So just adjusting it accordingly. It's in the air.
Beautiful shots. That's 4 runs all the way. Great shot there.
Well, the first boundary off Short's bowling, and that's the captain, Lindsay, playing it down to the boundary for 4. And as you said, just there, wasn't it, in the slot outside the off stump for him. And he played it down to the sight screen. 1 bounce over the boundary for 4. Good shot. Wider.
That's going to go as well. No, Darren Rasmussen, very quick in the field, great arm, and they scamper through for 2.
Played that well again, Lindsay. Maybe he's decided now's the time. They've got to start moving it along a bit. Now they're scoring at about 4.5 to the over, looking to increase that. Taking on John Short.
Oh, well bowled. Again, there's that respect that's needed, James. As I said, a lot of batsmen don't respect John Short, and you've got to respect him very much.
Still outstanding figures from Short. 2 for 9. Just 1 ball left in his 3rd over. That's neatly played by the Zimbabwean captain. And it is the end of the 12th over, 57 for 3. So not quite up at that 5 runs per over rate as yet. Batting at 4.75 to the over of Zimbabwe. And a better over that was for them. 8 off the John Short over. 2 for 10 from his 3 for him.
I think the Australians will be fairly happy with that scorecard at the moment. You know, they've contained the Zimbabwe's very much so. They've got off to a great start in that first over, and then they've just pegged them back from there and bowled very well. Looks like a bowling change coming on. It's Glenn Giddings coming on for Australia now, who will bowl his right arm off spin.
Replacing Clint Keble at the Ardern end of the ground, and he was also very effective in that Test match last week against the SA Rhinos, both with bat and ball, Glenn Giddings. And that's...
So Glenn's new to 55s. He played in the Over-50s World Cup in Sri Lanka for the Over-50s. And he's new to 55s, and he's fitted in very well with this team.
Just trying to get the camera adjusted here as it's getting right arm around the wicket to the left-handed Lindsay.
And conditions really different here, James, to the Test match. I might
slightly.
have to go and grab my jumper soon. It's that cold. The clouds have come in. We can't see the mountains behind us.
No, and we didn't expect this. Certainly the forecast for today was that it would be a little bit of cloud around, but we were expecting some sun. And just apologies for those of you that might be feeling a bit seasick now if you're watching your screen, but we're just trying to get this right.
Giddings in.
Oh,
that's hit out to deep
shot.
mid-wicket right near us, and that's a 6. That's a great shot. That's a fantastic shot for 6 there. And And that's the skipper again, Gavin Lindsay. Got right onto that one and went to deep mid-wicket, straight over the boundary.
Well, that was an outstanding hit. This is the short boundary over here on the leg side. And just literally thought for a while it might have been getting to hit us. Yeah. Oh dear, some lovely chirps here on the boundary from Darren Rasmussen. So 63 now for 3. Intentions from Gavin Lindsay are clear. Anything in his zone, he's going to go for it. Treats that one with a lot more respect.
As I said, the first ball of Glenn's over, and it's was it the first ball? That's
second ball.
Second ball.
Yeah.
So pressure's taken off for him a little bit after hitting an early boundary.
Yeah, now he's coming over the wicket to the left-hander. Oh, it's a good run.
I think the Aussies will be happy with that single.
Yeah, I would think so.
Rory McQuaid has been struggling to get, off strike, and they're happy to get Gavin off strike, I think, and they'll be happy to have Rory there, and they'll dot him up now, and they've brought the field in now for Rory, the Australians.
So we managed to sort out our camera placement, thanks to our producer here, Imtiaz, and getting that done. Looking absolutely spot on now. That's played in the air very firmly by Rory McQuaid, and goes down to the boundary to the left of the man at deep mid-wicket for 4. Mitchell Wood's going to fetch that one. And so it's been a big over this for Zimbabwe. Has scored 11 off it so far. It is equal most expensive over of the innings.
Yes, Glenn really hasn't got his line and length right here, and he's directing traffic out there, putting fielders everywhere. Sorry, Glenn, you can't have them everywhere, mate. You've only got you've only got 9 to put somewhere. You often
hear the phrase, following the ball. You've got to be careful not to do that as well in the field. It's just defended back from McQuaid, and Giddings not happy with that over that he's bowled. 11 coming off it, a 6 and a 4, and a single 68 for 3. So just a little bit of impetus being added by Zimbabwe, getting over that 5 runs per over mark. They're going to have to get, I think, the skates on still a bit more. They really did get bogged down, but it's this partnership now is looking positive. It's worth 25 so far. I think we might have to dispense with the gazebo at some stage here.
Yeah, maybe it changed at innings, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think there's any sun out that's going to get to us today, and now I think the clouds are in for the day, and John Short comes in for his 4th over here, his 4th and final over.
Important over for Short, because this man Lindsay, he's taken a liking to the bowling over the last couple of overs.
I think this will be a good contest, Lindsay and Short.
Me too. I'm looking forward to this. John Short's got to make sure he still hits his areas. That's nicely played. It'll only be the 1 for Lindsay.
That's Giddings out there at deep mid-off.
2 for 11. It's 3 for 69.
As we see, full puller just walked past our gazebo here, and he'll be opening the batting for Australia, and he'll be exciting to watch as well in this T20 format.
Yeah, very much so. Looking forward to that. Some powerful hitters in the Australian lineup. We've seen what Matt Lewis can do as well. Oh,
that's wide.
Wide,
and that
side.
Looks like it's going to go. I might just stay short. Keble's chasing that. Batsman run for 2 coming for the 3rd, and that'll be 4 wides, I think. Yeah, that's 4 wides, and that's bad bowling again.
We're disappointed with that. John Short, it's been such a good spell from him so far. out there through for the 3. That means Lindsay's on strike again, which is exactly what Zimbabwe want. It's been a good partnership of 30 between these two, second best of the innings so far, after the 33 for the second wicket. Oh, he's trying
Slower ball there, James, slower ball.
Yeah, well bowled, and trying to guide it. There's a gap here between Keble at backward point and Bennett in at extra cover, and Rasmussen's on the deep cover boundary, so quite a big gap backward of point or through point, and that's what he's looking for now, and he's half found it. Rasmussen's quickly across. It'll only be the single, quick across the ground. Darren Rasmussen.
Yes, one of our quicker runners in our team, Darren, and with also Craig Willis. And obviously you can see he's got over his knee injury from the test match as well, where he put it back in himself.
That was quite something to watch. Neat play from McQuaid, and he just dabs it into the offside and trots through for the single. 2 balls left in the John Short spell. It's been very good from him. He had 2 for 2 after his first 2 overs, so he has had a few more runs taken off him in the last couple of overs, but still excellent. Oh, it gets the edge of the bat, and it goes down to the third man boundary for 4 at the end of his spell, and it is 2 for 21.
No, it keeps going away. Keeps flying off.
So we're going to dispense with the gazebo here, and it's not able to maintain itself. So still 1 ball left in the short over. So 4 guided down to third by Lindsay. 2 for 21, 1 ball left. Just floats it up. It's no run there. So
slower ball again. Good variation. And that's John Short done, and he's bowled his 4 overs, and he's got 2 for 21. So still reasonable figures there, James. I think in a T20, that's only just over 5 and over.
Yeah, very good bowling from John Short. He probably would have been a little unhappy that he went for 11 in that last over. The impetus now, the Zimbabweans doing well to put a bit of the foot on the gas, and it's come from their captain, Gavin Lindsay.
Glenn Giddings again coming on from the, what end again?
It's the Aldern end.
Aldern end, yes.
Ardern end, apologies.
Yes.
Ardern end, and the northern end of the ground, named after the street on which the original Claremont Cricket Club was established in Claremont, and hence why we're in the suburb of Constantia, but it is the Claremont Cricket Club.
And the hospitality here has been fantastic over those past few days. The lunches, the dinners we've had afterwards, the hospitality from George here has been absolutely fantastic. And we can't thank the Claremont Cricket Club enough for their hospitality.
And lovely facilities here, and the restaurant here, the Cricket Club restaurant, and these 2 grounds that have been so well prepared for these games. More matches happening here tomorrow, and McQuaid just waits for that, plays it down to Keble, and they go through for the single. Giddings will want to come back well here. Only 80 for 3 now, 6 overs to go. What are you thinking? Maybe, I'm sure Zimbabwe must be thinking maybe 130.
Yeah, McWade doing his job here. He's just turning the strike over to Lindsay, and it's a smart way to bat, you know. Lindsay's doing all the scoring, so just turn over the strike to him. He's doing his job as a batsman.
Oh, has a full go. Let's try and loft that one over the leg side once again, and misses it. Hit that mighty 6 in the previous over. Glenn Giddings, he's going to want to get his man here.
Yeah, Glenn won't be happy with that first over, and he'll want to come back with some redemption.
Oh,
nearly a run-out chance there, but a bit of confusion, a yes, no in the middle of the pitch. And nearly a Zimbabwe batsman coming back to the pavilion, but lucky enough to get home.
They did well to take on the arm of Stuart Crisp there. I don't know if I'd have come back for that second with Crisp fielding out there in the deep. And they do manage to get through somehow. Keeps Lindsay on strike, which is what they would have wanted. And now it's some changes to the field.
Yeah, that deep mid-wicket, and deep, I'd call it a deep cow as well. Yeah. 2 men very close.
Yeah.
Deep mid on, deep mid off. So they've covered all that he wants if he wants to hit across the line.
And he does.
It's gone to deep square where there's no one there, and it's 4 runs. Really well hit.
Well, clever batting from Gavin Lindsay. The field was changed to cater for that shot that he's been trying to play, as you say, through into cow corner, and he's played that through that fielding position that Darren Rasmussen just vacated.
Yeah, if he stayed there, he would have had it straight down his throat again, I think, James.
But clever batting from Lindsay. He's earned the right there to play it into that shot. Really good innings from the captain.
And that's sensible batting. That's sensible batting. He's not just trying to whack everything. He's picking his balls.
Yeah.
And very sensible batting there.
That's wide of the man at mid-off. That's Richard Anderson. Does some great work diving off to his right-hand side to stop that going through. And at the end of the Giddings over, that one going for 8.
Yeah, Glenn will be a bit happier with that over. Australia have just got to stop these boundaries, I think, James. That's what's hurting them at the moment. Those couple of boundaries each over, 1 or 2 boundaries. You know, if they start bowling those singles and twos, aren't going to hurt this score. Where I think if they let Lindsay away with those boundaries, that's where it's going to hurt them, and they'll have something to chase.
Oh, just to give you an indication, as you say, talking about the boundaries from this 6th over through until the end of the 11th. So that would have been a period of 6 overs, no boundaries hit at all. In the last 4 overs, we've had 5 boundaries, 4 fours and a 6.
Mitchell Wood's coming on now for his last over.
Yeah, bringing back the strike bowler to Lindsay. Looking at the field, Gavin Lindsay. Clint Kebley just taking a few steps back to be on the edge of the ring here. That's very nicely played. Shot. Rasmussen will field that. It's only going to be the 1.
Well fielded by Darren Rasmussen there. Lindsay was looking for 2, and because he got in there quick and was able to release quick, he put doubt in the mind of the batsman to stop that from going for 2.
Now, can Woods get an all-important wicket for Australia, or just paddled around to Kebley at fine leg for the single? Well, I think we could be in for an exciting run chase, Andrew, later on today, if Zimbabwe can get somewhere up around that 120, 130 level.
Certainly. And that's well played. That's 4 runs all the way. Just at backward square there.
Oh, Gavin Lindsay is playing a captain's innings here for Zimbabwe. On to 35 now, 94 for 3. 130 is looking like a distinct possibility for Zimbabwe if he stays there. It's been a good knock. They've kept wickets in hand, which is exactly what you need to do. And that's a big appeal, but you think probably pitching outside the line of the leg stump. Umpire Jeff Charlesworth not interested in that. understandably so. 38 off 30 deliveries for Lindsay. McQuaid, you say, done his part. That's swatted down to
deep mid off there.
yeah.
Giddings is the fielder and just throws it into Mitch Woods, and they take the single.
7 off the over.
Another single there to
McWade.
McWade. So doing his job again, just turning that strike over to his captain in Lindsay. The Zimbabwe's are going very well here. They've really picked up the run rate. They'll be very happy with this. 4 overs left, I think, now.
Yeah, there's 4 overs left indeed, and that those 2, in fact the 4 scored in that. Off the third ball of the over took them to their 50 partnership. So outstanding stuff from the Zimbabwean 4th wicket pair. The captain leading from the front as Giddings will continue from the Ardern end.
I think they'll be looking for roughly 10 and over now, James, with 7 wickets in hand.
I would have thought
I think that's their aim now, and their aim is to go now with 4 overs left and put the Aussies right under pressure.
Oh, it's hit really well. It's straight down to Stuart Crisp at long on. What an arm Crisp has got there. And that was a good shot from McQuaid. Took some time to get in, but he's been played a fantastic supporting role. 10 for him off, I think it's 13 deliveries. So Lindsay's had most of the strike. See Paul Bennett coming down in front of us here. They've got the 2 deep mid wickets in place again. It's wide outside the off stump. Nicely played to Mitchell Woods. And they're going to
get 2, and that's a bit of sloppy fielding there, James.
Yeah.
Sort of used his size 12 boot there to stop the ball, and I think he could have bent down and picked that up and put a bit of pressure on the fieldsman, and with him not bending down, they were able to take 2 there.
Yeah, should never have got 2 there, and that the pressure is on now. 98 for 3. Quicker one from Giddings. He's not floating them up anymore to Lindsay, just darting them in, try and make sure they can't get underneath him. Not easy to get underneath. That's a rare dot ball at the moment.
Giddings again to Lindsay. Oh, he goes big and he misses. So, yeah, Glenn just pushing that ball through a bit quicker now, just to make it hard for Lindsay to get underneath it, like you said. I think that's a good tactic from Glenn, and I think you'll see him bowl the rest of his balls and overs like that, I think, against this batsman.
And he does that again, as you said. That time, the length, just pulling it back a little bit as well. He's just trying to pull it into the leg side, trying to play it maybe square, but there is protection there at deep backward square by Kebley. There's nobody in at fine leg, and that's because very few shots that Gavin Lindsay's hit backward of square. So 3 dots, something's going to give here.
That's hit, and that's going, and that's well fielded by Craig Willis there. That deep, ran around from deep mid off, or deep mid on I should say, and caught that on the bounce, and the batsman were only get through for a single.
Excellent over from Giddings, just being clever in terms of how he varied his pace there, darted it into Lindsay, gave him very little to hit. Just the 4 off that one, 99 for 3. But as you say, probably 130 must be in there on their radar here, Zimbabwe, with only 3 wickets down. And they were 43 for 3 at the end of 10 overs and raced along in the next 6 to 95 for 3. So 52 runs in 6 overs, batting at nearly 9 and over was excellent from particularly Lindsay, who's on strike now to Anderson.
42 off 36 deliveries, so going really well. The captain here. Richard Anderson coming on now from the top end. So 17 overs bowled here at Claremont Cricket Club, the Burt Oval, and Richard Anderson's coming on now with Gavin Lindsay facing. Just holding up, we're just setting the field. Jim Johnson's making sure everyone's in the right position with the angles behind the stumps there.
Yeah, looking to bowl outside the off stump to Lindsay. Doesn't want to give him anything to hit on the leg side. He's shown how strong he is in that area already. What have we got? 1, 2, 3. 6 men. I see 6 men outside the ring. Yep, they're bringing the man in from.
Glenn Giddings is coming in. Yep, from deep mid off.
Yeah. That makes more sense now. He hasn't really hit anything much down the ground. He can't be full though.
Well, that's short and lucky to get away with that one. Very lucky.
Well, with the field that he's got on that offside, he's going to bowl outside the off stump. Isn't going to want to pitch it up to him. Can hit him down the ground. Lindsay just 8 runs away from what would be an excellent half century.
That's a beautiful square cut there, and that's single. Rasmellan comes in from the boundary, picks up the ball and thrown in back in by Bennett then. That's 100 up for Zimbabwe, 3 down in the 18th over. So they have recovered really well here, these two. Wade doing his job again, just pushing it out to forward of point. They're going for 2. Going to be close here, and they make it. Yes, well run.
Lindsay, you saw him just all in a heap there now at the end, but that was excellent running from the Zimbabwean captain. And we hope he's okay. Looks like he is. And just going to get up and just, oh no, maybe not.
No, he needs a drink.
Drink. Yeah. I thought maybe he was, maybe Jeff was just asking him if he couldn't do something else from there while he was down on the ground. Yeah, just a bit of a drink for him. He has been out there now a little while, and whilst it is overcast, still a lot happening. Just gonna have a little bit of a refreshment. The captain of Zimbabwe, 102 for 3. 15 balls left. So 2 a ball will get them to 130, 132. That'll be a good score here.
Yeah, I think the game before us was 120, wasn't
That's
it,
right.
James?
Yeah, 120 in the.
And they defended that.
They did defend it. So they defended it by. They scored 100. They defended it.
14 runs.
14 runs was the win in the end. 119. Wales got an 105 all out with the USA. So, yeah, it's certainly you feel 130. I think Zimbabwe will feel that's not a bad score. And I think this powerful Australian batting lineup will feel that they would be able to chase that down. I'm sure that was the thinking maybe at the toss when Clint Kebley said, "Okay, look, we'll have a bowl first," and they'll be sure that they would be able to chase down whatever Zimbabwe was set for them. And this is an unforgiving format, T20 cricket. It just needs normally, like one batter to go all the way through, doesn't it? And explode at the end, and you can turn what looks like a low score into a really good score. Lindsay's done that.
Yes. One batsman gets off to a good in T20, and you see a batsman make close to 80, 90 runs.
Yeah.
That could be the game, and I still think Australia are in with a big chance here with their batting lineup. They've got some big hitters of Phil Puller, Matt Lewis, Clint Kebley can hit the ball quite well. Stuart Crisp is a big hitter as well, comes in late.
Yeah. So we also saw what Glenn Giddings could do in the Test match. A very good 50 for him in the first innings, and so they'll feel with the shortish boundary out here to this leg side for the right-hander. It's a little bit into the wind, but it's certainly there's runs on offer.
Matt Lewis has just come off the ground, so for a drink. Obviously, rotations are going to be very important here for the Aussies.
Oh, and neatly played by McQuaid once again, out into the deep. It's just a single. South Africa.
Gavin Lindsay 7 away from his half century here. Is it? He's 143.
7 away. He is indeed. South Africa.
So he really deserves a half century here, I think.
And the Rhinos, after 16 overs, are 127 for 3 against Canada. So they'll be looking to accelerate in the last 4 overs there as well. And 103 for 3 here with 16 balls left. Sorry, 14 balls left.
Oh, that's a big hit, that is. And that is 4 runs. Yep, that's John Short out there, just couldn't quite get to it. Bounced just to the left-hand side of him, and that's gone for 4 runs. That's a great shot.
Yeah,
Lindsay goes to 47 now.
It's 1 hit away from a well-deserved 100 off just 39 balls. Gavin Lindsay.
Richard Anderson coming in again. It's hit up in the air. That's going to Giddings, and dropped again.
Oh, it should be a run out here.
No, another drop catch for the Australians, and that's costly for them. That's costly. It's been costly. It's 3 drop catches for them now, James.
Yeah, that one should have been taken, and he knows it. Head down on the ground, Glenn Giddings. And he should have taken that, and just in and out as he came forward. And as you say, how costly could that be in the last 2 overs? It was Lindsay on 47. Dropped one that just maybe hung in the air. He came forward, got his hands to it, and just popped out. So 108 for 3.
Giddings coming on. This will be his 4th over, I think.
Yep, his 4th and final over.
And Giddings. I tell you, the Australians are missing Craig Gislingham. Today in the bowling aspect. He would be very tight. He's a very crafty bowler, Craig. He bowls probably 5 or 6 different balls per over.
Well, still, you'd feel within the Australians' ability to get anywhere around 130. What can Giddings do here?
Oh, that's beautiful. That brings up his half century. That's 6. Straight out, square. And that brings up his 54, James, off 41 balls, yes. Fantastic knock by the captain there. Has brought Zimbabwe way back into this game, and they look like easily getting 130 here.
Outstanding from him. 54, you say, 41 balls, 5 4s, 2 6s. Mighty ones here on the leg side. And this partnership with Rory McQuaid now worth 71. Could be a match-winning innings from the captain. It's laid down the ground. Be 1 bounce to Craig Willis at long on. And now, you reckon it's at least a runner ball here for them from here on in, and a few boundaries. They're not going to want to leave anything out there on the field, the Zimbabweans. So they're coming in closer. The men on the offside. You sense Giddings going to be bowling this one pretty straight at McQuaid.
And that's out. Yes.
Yep. So the wicket does go down.
And that's caught by John Coolgis.
He held on to it. He's holding on to that ball as well, as he knows, very important in the context of the last couple of overs, getting a new man in at the crease. And that new man is going to be Dash Vagmaria coming in, number 26, but the wicket to Glenn Giddings, but not after an excellent partnership of 72 between McQuaid and Lindsay. McQuaid played his part, 13 for him off 16 deliveries with 1 boundary.
Yes, great partnership there. What was it, James, again?
72.
72.
Yeah, very good.
McQuaid playing his part there, just turning the strike over to the guy that was hitting all the boundaries.
So 9 balls to go, 115 for 4. New man at the crease, left-hander as well. Dash Vagmaria. Giddings towards the Musenberg end, straight back to him, and that shows you how important already that wicket is.
Oh, wicket changes everything. I think that's Glenn Giddings' first wicket for the tournament, in the test matches. Yes,
you might be right. Yeah, I can go and check that. I think you may well be right. Let's hit straight back to the bowler again. 3 dot balls.
Very hard to come in at this situation, James, and start hitting a ball over the boundary.
Yeah, especially on a slowish surface. Oh, it's gone through. Oh, they are going to take the single. I don't know if the Australians will mind that much.
That's a bye. Jim Johnson won't be happy with that. Keepers never like the byes coming onto them, do they?
No, not at all. And 8 off the over, 7 of those off the bat of the captain, and he's on 55. It was a bye, as I say, towards the end of the over. So 8 off that, 116 for 4, sorry. And now you're just thinking, okay, how do they play this now? They really want to keep Dash Vagmaria on strike, you feel?
Yeah, Richard Anderson coming in to bowl the last over for Australia. And he's going to have to just pitch that ball up wide outside, it's off stump, and try and dot dash up. That's been cut down to backward point towards the boundary, fielded by Kebley. They run for 2, and they're home safely for 2.
There we go. And it's great when you have batters like this, and when you're a commentator and you also like dad jokes, you can say it's a dot dash maybe.
Oh, that's pulled away down a square. Cool just running after that, stops it at the boundary, and they get back for 2 easily. Score 4 for 120 now with 4 balls remaining. So that 130 is looking possible.
It is, and this could be a good score on this track. You still feel Australia's got the batting lineup to get that total. It's in the air, and
it's another drop catch. That's Mitch Woods out there. Straight to him, that one.
Should have taken that, and now that brings Lindsay on strike, and he knows how important it is. He is absolutely furious with himself. Just didn't seem to really move, did he? Maybe didn't pick up the flight that quickly.
No, I thought he didn't even pick that ball up. He sort of stuck his hands up at the last minute.
It'll just be the one. So Anderson's done well. He hasn't conceded any boundaries yet in the over. And probably having said that, they'll probably hit a couple now, but it's hasn't been bad. You'd say if he goes for 7 or 8 in this over, the final one of the innings, you probably feel he's done his job here, Anderson. But it's not a bad total, this.
Oh, that's an edge, and that's dropped short of Johnson, so they haven't been able to run there. Well taken by Jim Johnson there, and well bowled by Richard Anderson. One ball left, I think.
Yeah, 1 ball left. Who's going to finish better here? You feel just with that wicket in the second last over, since that wicket, just the 7 runs have been scored.
That's a wide.
I think that 8, still the 1 delivery to come.
So 4 for 1, 2, 3. Maximum here would get Australia to chase down that 129 with the 129. It'd be a 130 chase, which would be a good battle, I think.
It will be a good battle. I think we're in for some excitement in the second innings. It's played into the covers. It'll just be the single. So Anderson has done well in that final over, just to concede another 8, and it is the end of the innings for Zimbabwe. 124 for the loss of 4, so 125 to win at 6.25 to the over for Australia. They'll feel that is certainly doable. And Zimbabwe recovering from a pretty disastrous first 10 overs. 43 for 3 they were after 10. John Short outstanding there, and ultimately ending with 124 for 4, so scored 81 in the second 10 overs, and that mostly down to a brilliant innings of 56 by the captain Gavin Lindsay. 5 fours and 2 mighty sixes from him, and it is set Australia what looks like a decent target.
Very decent target. Australia going to have to get off to a good start. They're not wanting to lose early wickets. Early wickets is just going to set them back, and it'll be, I think, Phil Paula and Darren Rasmussen will be opening the batting, who they normally they both open for their state. Raz's job will just be to turn the strike over and Phil with a guy that goes. And I'm looking forward to seeing Phil bat in this, and this is his game, T20, Phil Puller, and he can hit the ball very hard.
So we'll be back in about 20 minutes for the chase from Australia to see if they can hunt down 125 for victory in this T20 Over-55s International. Oh, we're back here at the Burt Oval, and I'm sitting with Stacey Nellerman, who's the Zimbabwean #1 supporter, and
Definitely.
it's helping the team here in South Africa. Stacey, great to have you here, and great to have you on the mic with us. You're flying the flag, literally,
literally in this wind.
in the wind here in Cape Town, and you brought your jacket, which is a very, very clever thing to do. I mean, I foolishly looked at the weather forecast and thought I probably wouldn't need to do that this morning. There's no excuse for me having lived in Cape Town for so long.
Yeah,
but
you always take a jacket with you.
You do. You always have to be. Yeah. But how great is this group of men from Zimbabwe?
Always so cool to have them here, and I'll support them wherever I can. All a lovely bunch. All very inclusive, as always, which is always the great spirit of Zimbabwe. You know, everyone, even if you have no connection to them, they will somehow find a way to involve you.
Yeah, which is wonderful, and always great to have them here. They do as well come from all over the world, don't they, to play under the flag of Zimbabwe?
They do, which is also such a lovely thing to, you know, that our diaspora keeps coming together despite all our hardships. But well, we got Mauritius, Zambia, one from Australia.
Yes.
A majority are from Harare, one from Bulawayo.
Right.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I know Whitey he's from Zambia.
Okay.
Oh, and did I say Mauritius?
You did, yes. You did say Mauritius. So that's great.
LaRue.
Right. Yeah, it's great. And then John Jamieson taking the gloves. He was at the over-60s last year, as was Wayne Parham. I remember Wayne and Rory McQuaid as well.
Rory,
and the man just running onto the field now, Kenyan Zeal. So he certainly has got a lot of zeal, especially for somebody this age. So
apparently he's got a new knee.
Has he got a new knee? Yeah, well, that's even better.
Be, you know.
Well, I'm not sure that's allowed in over-55s cricket, that you have replacement stuff on there. Gonna have to just check the rule books there.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's an unfair advantage.
Yeah, they did well, didn't they, in that first innings? A great innings from Gavin Lindsay.
Yes,
getting 50 odd. So
very proud of him.
Well done to the captain for that, and set Australia a decent target, 125 to win. Should be a good chase.
Yeah, I hope so.
And they're going to open with Phil Puller and Darren Rasmussen, and
he's got quite an impressive beard, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he? And Darren Rasmussen hails from Harvey Bay area of Queensland.
Oh, okay. And
Phil Puller, I'll just have to check my notes. I mean, Andrew would be able to tell us. We'll have to check my notes here. Phil Puller also
from Brisbane.
From Brisbane, yeah, in Queensland. So and John Short just going past us here, up from Townsville, which is right up also in Queensland, but up towards the Cairns area. So
that's where Zimbabwe had their famous win.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So Cairns.
Special place for us. I'll take that.
Yes, up there. They don't manage to play in those areas too frequently, as Phil Puller's going to take first strike. It looks like it's Jimmy White, is it?
Nice. Yes, it was
bowling.
White.
So
correct.
White with his first delivery. And so Stacey, you've been here in South Africa for a number of years now.
I have.
And
I've been here I've been in South Africa since 2010.
Yeah.
Went to Rhodes University there for 6 years. And then came to Cape Town in 2016, and I happened.
Oh,
beauty!
Wow,
beauty.
That is a full delivery, and it just plays all over it. Does Phil Puller, and the first wicket's down without a run on the board. And Zimbabwe have struck Jimmy White. Well, he might not have made anything with the bat, but he's come out here and he struck early, and the dangerous Phil Puller is on his way back to the pavilion. It's 0 for 1, and that is quite a strike.
Lovely.
Yeah, so it's and originally where you hail from originally?
I'm from Harare.
Okay.
In Zimbabwe. So I mean, schooled there right up until before varsity. So did all my high school there and everything. You know, a lot of Zimbos end up sort of going to South Africa to finish their high school. But nope, full born and bred in Zim. Will always be passionately Zimbabwean.
Yeah.
So
It's wonderful to have you here with the team as well, and just giving them this wholehearted support. Not too many other people necessarily. There are a few of the family members that have travelled
yeah.
with the team, which is wonderful to see. Some wives, daughters,
yeah.
maybe some other family members, granddaughters. There we go. Not quite great granddaughters yet, but no, so they're not that old. No, that's good to hear that they've got the support. As Australia's captain now comes in with his team, one down in the first over. And there's some good pace here from Jimmy White first up. He's got that ball really zipping through. That's really good to see. And there's some outstanding cricket that we're going to be watching over the next 8 days. And you're going to be going to some lovely grounds as well around the peninsula that you would have been to on a few more of these tournaments over the last couple of years.
Yes. As I say, I'm part of all the Facebook groups now, so
Right.
I know exactly where I'm a real groupie.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's really good, and so much happening from a veterans cricket point of view, both here in South Africa and around the world. I mean, Australian, so we were learning a lot more about how strong that is in Australia, and the depth there, which is fantastic to see.
Amazing.
Oh, that's really well played. There's a protection in the deep. So it's cut by Kebley past the man in at short extra cover. And just trying to see who that is out there. Number 8, Andre LaRue. Andre LaRue close in here. Not sure who's out on the boundary, but Andre LaRue close in at that catching cover position. We've got John Jamieson behind the stumps. Looks like it might be the captain next to him. That slip. Ooh! And that is edged from Rasmussen. It'll go down to the boundary for 4. And it's going to roll down the hill, the ball, as the youngster goes there to chase it. He might roll down the hill after it. I think, hope that definitely don't hope that the fielder does that, but that is the end of a good over from Jimmy White, and the wicket, and just that with that boundary towards the end of the over, 5 for 1 at the end of 1 over. So good start for Zimbabwe, and Australia a little bit of rebuilding to do and keep it ticking over, as we do see Kenyan Zeal coming in to bowl from the Ardern end of the ground. And Stacey, you're based here, you work here at the Virgin Active next door here, and you're all there, you're a biokineticist?
I'm a biokineticist,
okay.
Correct. Well done in saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually a mouthful for a lot of people, so
yeah,
quite
well,
impressive.
we haven't had the normal double that I order from the bar yet, so we're still
Coming
okay.
soon. I mean, it's going to be 5 o'clock somewhere
No,
soon.
definitely. We said we should be starting with those at least at about 4 o'clock. So, no, wonderful, and so it's and that really is, it's very important for these players as well to have some support in that area as well.
Correct. Try and keep them limber and try and keep them nice and strong, because that's our main role, is to try and make sure that they are, actually utilising the right muscles.
Yeah.
And trying to, not overdo things. Stretches.
Yes.
Also super important. People forget about that hugely.
Yeah.
And
So
really
particularly important, isn't it? Post an outing like this out in the field, make sure you. Oh, he bowled him! Well, can you believe it? First delivery, and he seems to have chopped it on, Clint Kebley. So that is the second wicket down. Kenyan Zeal gets a wicket with his first delivery, and the captain of Australia, he looks disconsolate as he comes off. He has got to go back to the pavilion. Australia in all kinds of trouble here. Early on, they had 2 for 5. They are, as it is, wow, what a start for Zimbabwe here. And it is going to be now coming out to the middle, Glenn Giddings. So it's Rasmussen. I don't think he's faced a ball yet, and he is out. Oh, he hit the 4 runs. Sorry, he did face the 1 delivery. We hit the 4 runs. Apologies for that. And he's now calling his second partner or third partner to the crease already. And early days in this innings, but big blows here for the men from Zimbabwe. Keble back in the pavilion with this score and 1 off 4 deliveries. So both batters out, and both of them bowled, one by White, the other one by Zeal. And just talking a bit more about that sort of conditioning for players of this age, very important. I mean, certainly the stamina and fitness is something that to play even now at this level is crucial for them, and I have to admire how these young gentlemen out here are really putting it together.
Going,
yeah,
yeah, definitely. I mean, from a cardio perspective, it's a huge thing. Never mind, you know, as we were just talking about Kenyon with his knee, you know, the having to make sure that all those joints are really well conditioned and really well, you know, stabilized, particularly for the bowlers and their arms and that kind of stuff. So it's really, I mean, it's crucial from any age, you know, whether it be for, you know, the kids that are starting at school, to get involved with, you know, a good strength program, making sure that they are conditioning all those main muscles, but not only the main muscles, people forget about the stabilizers that contribute a huge amount to taking some strain so that the global muscles aren't doing all of the work, you know.
That's as you say, that one down the leg side will be called wide, and a very good shot off the previous ball from Glenn Giddings, just a little bit short from Kenyon Zeal. The first ball that Giddings faced, he played down through square leg for 4. It was an excellent shot, and so Australia 10 for 2. That's a little bit of movement in towards the right hander. He just plays it down to backward point. Zimbabweans are really up for this. 10 for 2 Australia, and a little bit of rebuilding that needs to be done here for the Australians, but they will certainly not hold back if the ball is there to hit. That is another wide outside the off stump. So just as the wind comes up once again here, and to get, this is something we are used to here in Cape Town when we have the wind. So
welcome reprieve from the heat that was last week.
It is the heat last week. Quite incredible, and again there was really good to see how the Australian and South African players, how well that they were able to still continue and play a very good game of cricket in that heat. Oh, deceptive delivery from Zeal. That's an excellent ball from him. It's 11 for 2 Australia.
You know, I must say you do a fabulous job of this, trying to stay very neutral. I think this is why I could never be a commentator, is because I would be too much for my boys
well, there
all
we
the
go.
time, you know. You're being very impartial. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, it's neatly played once again. The end of a successful over for Kenyon Zeal. It is 11, so 6 off that over. It's 11 for the loss of 2 after the second over. And I'm sure it will be Jimmy White to continue. He's got the ball in hand. I think you'd have to prize it out of his hand at the moment after taking 1 for 5 in his first over. Over the last number of years, I mean, these tours, you support all these veterans tours as they come out. There's been a number of tournaments. We had the over-60s last year when the Zimbabwean team won that tournament, which was absolutely fantastic.
Did we win that?
Yes, the Zimbabweans won that tournament in the end. They won with their last game against the Impalas, South African Impalas in the final, and it was outstanding. It was an outstanding tournament for them. And trying to think who was the player of the tournament, but
was it not? It was a Zimbabwean.
It was, yes. I think it might be off the pad down the leg side. Just going to go through for the single. Rasmussen's coming back for 2. That's good running. Just identified there was the opportunity to come back for 2. And umpire Conrad Bass does the flamingo and tells us that that is leg buys. So 2 leg buys at the start of the Jimmy White over. I'm trying to think who it was. My brain is not working now.
Because it wasn't the
was
good ones.
No, it was the opening. He was the opening batter, I think.
Opening batter, wasn't
he was. Oh, just tries to cut that one. Rasmussen doesn't. I don't think he makes contact, but even if he did, John Jamieson behind the stumps, putting that one. That was put down. So we've got two keepers whose initials are both JJ. We've got Jim Johnston for Australia and John Jamieson for Zimbabwe. Jim Johnston is he's a lieutenant colonel in the Australian Army.
Fascinating.
Oh, what a take by Jamieson. I couldn't have thought that was going to go over his head for all money. And just sticks up the mitt, and it sticks there, and as if it was just plucking
out there.
Fruit from a tree. Excellent stuff. So you'll be happy with that take from him there. He'll probably be coming off afterwards and say, "Oh, my arm." But no, it's fine.
No, I think he's well conditioned. I think he's used to that.
He's very well conditioned, John Jamieson. Oh, it's very neatly played by Rasmussen down in the gap.
Run,
Past the man at third, short third. They're coming back for two.
I think they managed to stop before.
Yeah, they come back for three. Good running by Glenn Giddings.
Good running.
And the Australians coming back for the third. So 5 off the first 4 balls of the over. And it's going to be a lovely tournament here over the next few days up until Monday next week. And
I didn't realise it was up until Monday. It usually ends on the Sunday, doesn't it?
So the finals day on the Monday, so that's going to be good. And we hope that those of you that are watching now, wherever you are in the world, and hopefully many of those from the Zimbabwean diaspora that are watching this will continue to follow their team over the next few days. Tomorrow, some more matches here at the Claremont Cricket Club, and then from Thursday the teams move around to a number of different clubs around the peninsula where they will be playing in the 45 over side section of the tournament.
Okay, I didn't realise it moved up to 45. I thought it was 20 over throughout.
So just these two. That's a glorious shot from Giddings.
Nice fielding, Rory.
Good stuff from Rory McQuaid on the boundary, and an excellent throw right over the top of the stumps. Excellent from McQuaid on the boundary, and for a man who is over 60, that is some brilliant stuff. Now, so another 2, so it's been a good over this for Australia. 1 ball left in the third, and played it down the ground. They'll take a quick single, and that is a good run to end the over. 8 off that. It's now 19 for the loss of 2. It's been wonderful chatting to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Great to have you, and just giving us a little bit of insight into what you do and where you come from, and your support for the Zimbabwean team. It really is lovely. And Stacey, you're just an example of one of the people that are here supporting and backing up their teams. They've got people come from all over the world to be here to support their teams and just to make this into the kind of event that it is. So thank you so much for your time and for your enthusiasm and positivity. Really great to have you here with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Wonderful to have you. Thank you. That one's down the leg side from Kenyan Zeal, and it'll just be through just a single run for the wide. So just got to get the radar working here. Kenyan Zeal, 2 wides in his first over. Got a wicket off his first ball. That's nicely played backward of point. I think that to Rory McQuaid, will he cut it off? Yes, he managed to do that very well. He managed to stop that one from going over for a corner. Oh no, for going over the rope. So go through for the 2. Glenn Giddings just making use of some of the width on offer there.
Been very busy since he's come into the crease, Glenn Giddings, James. Just pushing the ball around and taking the opportunity of the the short ball like that, and a full toss, and that goes for 4 runs straight to the mid-wicket boundary. So he's really pushing the score along really well, Glenn Giddings, and Australia are right on that run rate now, what they need to be.
Yeah, excellent shot. Made use of the delivery that was a full toss, and you do have to make use of those when they come your way, Andrew. And bit of a tough start for the Australians out there. At one stage, 5 for 2 with the wickets of Puller and Keble. But now, not only a rebuilding job, but also trying to make sure that they up with the rate and keeping going there. So 26 for 2 now. 2 for 26 down the leg side. Neatly played again by Giddings.
He's doing all the right things out there,
Yep.
Glenn. He's running very hard between me. That's a
That's
wide. That's
so
a wide.
I thought he'd hit that,
Yep.
but that's a one
No.
wide. So
that's obviously hit the keeper's gloves and
Must have done.
deflected off and gone for a wide.
yeah,
Keeper not happy with that.
No.
He's got his arms stretched out.
John Jamieson not happy, and Glenn Giddings is saying actually hit the ball, so he's going to change.
No,
the
he's
signal
changed
here.
his signal. Yes. So it's one to Giddings.
I thought that he'd hit that somehow.
Yeah.
It certainly had the sound as if it came off the bat. Maybe a little bit unsighted there was the umpire.
And that's great sportsmanship there again, and you can
Yep.
see that from this competition.
exactly.
Glenn Giddings saying to the umpire, yes, I did hit that. So
That one just a little bit down the leg side. Maybe Rasmussen coming across his stumps. He's asking the umpire maybe there what happened there, but it's 8 off this over so far, 27 for 2. And as you say, up with the rate now. And that's neatly played, as you would expect. Darren Rasmussen just doing, I think, the right thing here, just giving Glenn Giddings a strike. Giddings will look good, as you sense, as he's coming 14 off 10 for him.
he's been very, very, very busy since he's come to the crease, and that's what I think you need to do in T20. Just be busy. You don't
Yep.
need to be silly, you just need to be busy. Well, that's short and pulled away again, square leg, and that's gone for 4 runs. Anything short, he's right on the top of Glenn Giddings, and you can't afford to be short to him.
Big over this for Australia. Already 12 off the over with still 1 ball to come. Do we have 1 ball to come? I think that's the end of the over, actually.
One to
Is
come.
there one to come?
One to come.
Okay,
The
what
score
did
is
I
the
miss?
same.
Okay, apologies. I thought we had a... Okay, so just checking that. Is, yeah, 1 to come.
So 2 for 28 the score. It's 3.5 overs. So Australia
Yeah, 2 for
right on
3.
top of that run rate.
So,
Even with the loss of their couple of wickets. Phil Puller disappointing again, James.
Yeah.
We were expecting big things from him, and
yeah, I'm sure he'll be desperately disappointed to get out into a ball that really, you feel, I mean, just probably almost yorked him with the length. Oh, that's neat running from these two once
that's off
again.
the pad. Yep, leg by.
So big over that for Australia. 14 off the over takes them to 33 for 2 after 4. So batting at over 8 and over now, and that's exactly what they would have wanted. If you look at that from a power play point of view, 25 for 1 Zimbabwe, and it wasn't this period they did well. It was when they got to over number 5. They were sitting on 32 for 1, and then only 11 runs in the next 5 overs. So already the Australians, you feel, they're ahead of where I'm sure they are exactly where they would want to be. They're going to be ahead, you feel, of where Zimbabwe were with them. Zimbabwe just being 43 for 2 after 10 overs. So just the positivity from Giddings after the loss of those 2 early wickets has been important. White, he's towards us again.
Well, wraps him on the
Down the
pads
leg
there,
side.
big appeal. Shy the stumps, and they come through for 1, and that's a leg by.
Bit of hesitation there from the running, and that's good from Rasmussen to call Giddings through. Quick work done here in front of us by Dash Vagmaria. He's in at backward square. There's nobody on the boundary down here at square leg, at fine leg, I should say, so cannot stray onto the pads. White, he's got a 6-3 offside leg side field. We know Rasmussen, he likes to walk across his stumps, doesn't he, and try and play that ball into the leg side. He's just made a slight movement there, but he's given the straight ball, which he's able to tuck into the offside, into the leg side for the single.
He's got a little bit of zip about him, hasn't he, old White?
He does, doesn't he?
He puts them down at a fair pace.
Yeah. I was going to say exactly the same. It's he's certainly, from what I've seen from the couple of matches so far today, he certainly is bowling it at a faster pace than pretty much everybody we've seen. A nice run up, a bit of a stutter there, but that's played down the leg side. There is nobody.
No, there's bat on it. The umpire says there's bat on that, so it's 4 runs to Giddings.
Oh, he just continues to compile the runs here, and he's scoring them in boundaries as well, Glenn Giddings, and that is his, I think it might be his 4th boundary already for Glenn Giddings, moving on to 22 off just 14 deliveries. Just the 1 boundary for Rasmussen so far. So Australia racing along to 39 for 2, and we're into over number 5. And after those early breakthroughs, it's been the Glenn Giddings show so far.
Yeah, Glenn's batted absolutely superb. Come in with the mindset of wanting to score, wanting to put the pressure back on the Zimbabwe's, and he's done that exceptionally well. Plays and misses out. I wanted to cut that, and no one out there at. We have a deep backward point there, but no one out at point. So if he got onto that, he may have gone for 4 runs out near the Warwick Wealth sponsor sign out there as you drive into the ground.
Yeah, it's always good in these clubs to have those sponsors to. Oh, that's a full toss. And he's played it straight to the man at extra cover. Can you believe it? That is probably the worst ball that's been bowled in the over. And Andre LaRue at extra cover takes the catch, and Glenn Giddings' knock comes to an end. It really was an enterprising innings. 23 off, I think now 16 deliveries, but he's going to have to make way as Jim Johnson is going to go out to the crease. He's put some impetus into the Australian innings as Glenn Giddings, but he would have wanted to have been there for longer. He's disappointed.
Very disappointed to get out. Very disappointed to get out to a ball like that. He was hitting them so well there, James, and just unexpected for him to get out like that. And he's very, very disappointed with himself there, and that really should have been dispatched to the boundary, I thought.
Yeah, maybe. No, when you say pace that White's bowling with, but it was a full toss, probably about, I don't know, I mean, it would have got to him sort of above the pads and just not able to get it either side of the man in at that short extra cover position, and played it pretty much straight to him. So 39 for the loss of 3 now. A good partnership of 34 between Rasmussen and Giddings, but a bit of a rebuilding job to do.
So Jim Johnson, another Queenslander to the crease here as White comes in to bowl. So Johnson, just a short third man there, just played down to, and no run.
That's Fernando doing good work there at short third, and the end of the over, a successful one for Zimbabwe. 39 for the loss of 3 after 5. So the rate they're batting at, not a problem, Andrew. It's really the wickets column that they won't be happy with. Losing 3 in the power play, never a good thing in a T20.
No, so 5 overs gone, is it now? So
gone,
one left in the power play. We've got a change of bowler here.
It's Fernando, looks like coming on from the Ardern end.
And looks like he's a spin bowler.
Yeah, may well be. I haven't, they don't really have any information necessarily on these Zimbabwean players. We'll keep an eye on this, and so White has got 2 wickets in his 3 overs. Zeal has got the 1 wicket, and now Fernando coming into the attack.
So very important next 5 overs here for the Australians, that they don't lose any more wickets and then capitalise on and just keep this run rate going and build this partnership, because that's what did it with Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
They had that great partnership through the middle of that innings, and that's what got them to a 125. So Australia got to sort of dig deep here now, but still be able to score.
So 43 for 3 it was, Zimbabwe. That was after 10 overs. That's down the leg side immediately from Fernando. That's signalled wide by umpire Charlesworth. Down the leg side, played down to deep fine leg. Is that going to run away for 4? I don't know if it is. No, it's not going to get to the boundary. But they come back for 3, which is excellent. Rasmussen gets another 3 for Australia, and so now that's 43 for 3 in the 6th over. Zimbabwe reached 43 only in the 10th, at the end of the 10th, so they're ahead of the run rate from looking at it from a point of view of that scoring rate, and the same number of wickets for Australia. So
Jim, I think Jim Johnson's got to play the same role as
Rory McQuaid
played, and just turn it over to Rasmussen. I think he's the man that's going to have to score the runs to start with in this partnership.
That's neatly played once again down to that fine leg region. You feel they're going to have to put a fielder in there, Zimbabwe, to just block that channel. The sweep shot being employed to good effect here by these 2 Australian batters.
The field he's got the backward point. He's got a point, cover, extra cover, mid on, mid off, deep mid wicket, and he's bowled him. He's bowled him. So,
wow. My word,
Jim Johnson's has gone from the big hoik, and he's missed it completely, and it's gone straight through him and clean bowled him.
Oh, that is certainly not what Australia were looking for. And you were talking about it, Andrew. You said just needs to knock it around. I know it's the last over the power play, but they're ahead of the game. They don't need to be batting at anywhere near even a runner ball to win this game. It's literally needing to score. After the last 14 overs that they've got 14 plus overs, they only need to bat at 6 and over to win the game. So run a ball for them from here, and you just feel wickets down now. 4 down in the power play. Fernando gets his first. It's 4 for 45.
Yes, and after this power play, the field's going to spread, so there'll be plenty of singles out there, and they're ahead of the run rate. Yeah. So Australia don't have to do anything stupid, and that is just a loss of head there. And you know, Paul Bennett now comes to the crease to join Darren Rasmussen. Paul Bennett's not a big hitter, so I think he'll play that role now of turning that strike over to Darren. But as I said, the job is they would get away with a single every ball and win the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's now calling for calm heads, even though you've got 3 balls left in the power play. There's no need to try and maximise the field placements here. That job's already been done.
It's beautifully played out to mid. It's been misfielded there, so they'll get 2, maybe 3. Bennett's running very hard there. And no, the fielder throws it in, and 2 to Bennett for his first ball.
Yeah, I think that was the right call, not to go through for the 3rd. It was then Hopper there that wasn't able to field that. Parham cleaning up behind him from.
Oh, he's out. No. That's a caught to extra cover, and Bennett's gone. Tried to square cut that on the back foot and didn't get hold of it, and it went straight to extra cover for a simple catch there, and that's another wicket gone for Australia.
Well, 2 in the over for Nalaka Fernando, and Australia's innings in the power play. They're 5 down, and they must be wondering what on earth has happened as Bennett disconsolately makes his way back to the pavilion. Captain Lindsay taking the catch. So the short extra cover in there working for the men from Zimbabwe, and Darren Rasmussen, he's waiting for a new man to come to the crease, and
it's John Coolgis.
John Coolgis coming out to bat now, and the job for this pair now is to just keep the scoreboard ticking over. Again, they're playing the ball in the air when there was no need to do that. Just need to keep the ball on the ground, and Australia in all sorts of strife here. Still 1 ball to come in Fernando's over. He doesn't look like a threatening bowler. You just sense that Jim Johnston wicket.
So John Coolgis comes to the crease now. John has played for Australia in indoor cricket and still does.
Right.
In the over 55 age group. So did tour last, I think, to Sri Lanka.
Okay.
In indoor cricket. So knows how to just push the ball around a bit.
And that's what's needed here, is to just keep that scoreboard ticking along. 80. Let's go through for an easy single. So 9 off the over and 2 wickets, and that's really the challenge from an Australian point of view, as it's 5 for 48 here.
Excellent power play from Zimbabwe there, taking 5 wickets. Has really put this pressure on the Australians now, and they're going to have to dig really deep if they're going to get close to winning this game.
So 75 is needed off 14 overs, so just look at that, 5.5 and over pretty much, and that isn't necessarily a challenging scoring rate, but the problem is can't afford to lose any more wickets, Australia. And Jimmy White's going to continue. He's going to bowl his 4 overs through. He's got the excellent figures of 2 for 16 so far.
So Coolgis on strike to Jimmy White.
He's facing up to his second delivery, John Coolgis.
Oh, it's a big appeal there, and not out, and now run scamper through. I think that'll be a leg by.
I think so too.
And the umpire does the flamingo.
Does indeed. Coolgis. Rasmussen, Darren Rasmussen, we know how much he prizes his wicket, and he's got a huge job to do here for Australia. He's got to play the innings, the Gavin Lindsay innings that the Zimbabwean captain played.
And that's a beautiful shot out through cover there, and that's going to reach the boundary, I think. You see, the fieldsman's just got to it, and they're going to run 3. That's a fantastic shot.
It's glorious, isn't he? Waited for it, played it in front of square on the offside, down to the boundary, and just held up. Perhaps it's the long boundary down there on that leg side, that offside, sorry, for the right-hander, down towards where the cars enter and exit this sports complex.
Oh, well bowled, and beaten all hands up there. Just with pace, I think, beaten there.
And he is quick, isn't he, Jimmy White? I thought the lady that just walked past us here and bent down, I thought she was actually bending down so she could go below our eye line. Meantime, she was putting the lead on her dog. So
White coming again, and it's drop catch, I think. I think that's a drop catch by the keeper.
Yeah, he went to his right. John Jamieson, that hurt. And I think he got his glove under it, just could not hold on to it. So definitely a chance. You could see from the reaction from the bowler and everybody around that was a chance, and you can tell from John Jamison's reaction, there was a chance as well. He will not be happy with himself. Jamison, outstanding keeper, also over 60, played in the over 60 tournament last season.
Oh, that's been played down, and that's a fantastic shot by John Coolgis. It's running down to the boundary. They've run for 2. Rasmussen looking for 3, but no. It's a beautiful throw back into the boundary from, who's that? From
That's, Dash Vagmaria here.
Yes, it's got a good arm dash.
He does indeed, and let's see what have we got here. He's still bowling to a 6-3 offside, leg side field.
How many balls left?
1.
1.
One ball left in the over, the 7th over. Australia have gone to their 50 in this over.
Oh,
Tickled into the leg side again.
and I think I heard some bat on that. I think I heard a bit of
definitely.
wood. No,
Okay, maybe it was
leg
thigh
by.
pad. Yeah,
Pad must be made of wood, I think.
I think
James?
so. I think so. Sounded very woodish to me. But the batter wasn't complaining. Normally a batter, if he gets a whole chunk of willow on it, likes to tell the umpire that no, sorry, ump. It was.
Especially if he's
not.
sitting on 0.
Exactly. Yeah. So how many off that over? 7 off that over for the men from the land of the baggy green cap. It's 5 for 55. It's a Hollywood telephone number, 555. Yeah, I still need to check on what happened with the Oscars last night. It's been a bit of a busy time getting in late last night from Durban and through here early this morning, so it's been interesting. I believe it was the best film, one battle after another, I believe.
Right, yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. That was
So it's Fernando to
interesting.
continue with his second over. A very successful first over, taking 2 wickets.
55 for 5, and just to give you an idea, I mean, Australia well ahead of where Zimbabwe were at the same stage, 36 for 1, so 19 runs to the good. The big challenge here is the wickets column, but they've given themselves a bit of breathing space in terms of just being able to knock the ball around, get themselves into a position just to bat deep and get the runs. Oh, that is
Cut very late there, wasn't it, on the back foot?
It was late, wasn't it? It was tossed up, slow above the eye line. Those are always difficult, aren't they?
Doesn't know whether to come forward or go back.
Oh.
That's a fuller ball. Chul just gets to it on the full and plays that through cover.
That's a glorious shot.
Oh, well fielded. 2 runs there to Coolgis.
Got a good arm, has Dash Vagmaria. That one tossed that in, so 2 there. And the news from the Ardern Oval is that Canada are making a real fist of the run chase down there, 67 for 1 after 7 overs, chasing 160 against the Rhinos. So that's
That's a great shot from John Coolgis out to deep mid wicket. Fielded in there, and they'll get 2 runs. They've got the sweeper there on the boundary.
So 4 off the over so far, and it's been a good one for Australia after the first 3 deliveries. No need to take any risks. Can't afford to take any risks, these 2. They've got it. Good call, good run.
Well run. Late cut again from Coolgis. He likes that shot. I think that's his indoor cricket stuff, where he just deflects and it runs into the net.
Absolutely, yeah. Plays into the net for 1 and bounces off when you get the extra run, maybe, if you run it. Oh, well, that may be what happened there. That must have that turned into him, but just off the glove down into the ground. That was interesting. Just looked like it might have had a bit of extra bounce. 60 for 5.
Oh, that's, yeah, the fieldsman went the wrong way then.
Yeah, he was anticipating it,
James,
wasn't
and
he?
I think that's going to be close to 4. No, he's got to it. That's well stopped. And they come back for 3.
A great chase from Jimmy White. He's bowled his 4 overs, and now he has a long chase down to the deep fine leg boundary, but a good over once again for Australia. 8 off that. It's 63 for the loss of 5 after 8 overs. So batting it just under 8 to the over.
That's the long boundary out there with the pitch being on closest to us,
Yes,
and the short boundary towards us. So now the Aussies have got that short boundary now in this over, so they might capitalise on this over.
So a change of bowling, which has been forced because of the fact that Jimmy White has finished bowling his 4 over spell. It's good from White, taking the wickets of Glenn Giddings and Phil Puller. Bowler, yeah, let's have a look there. Number 8, Andre LaRue. Right there.
Andre LaRue is the bowler. And Darren Rasmussen will be taking strike.
So now just we'll want to have a bit of a look here in terms of the bowler. Not quite sure what to expect from him.
Got a deep third man, so I don't think it'll be a spinner there, James.
No,
I think he'll be a bit of pace if it's a deep third man.
Yeah, definitely. And he's got to deal this 6-3 offside leg side field, so he's going to be putting it outside that off stump, definitely, and that's exactly what he does. And it's played down to Parham at backward point.
The Roos coming in now to Rasmussen. A little bit short. It's played square to point. Oh, a misfield there, and they get 2.
Good running.
So very good running there from the Australians. Actually, we can hear the applause from the in the background from the team, really urging their 2 teammates on there to keep ticking that scoreboard over.
Oh, we thought this might be a thriller, and it certainly is. Looking like it is going to be one. Oh, nicely played again by Rasmussen. Out to the man at a wideish mid-off through for the single. 66 for 5. Kyrgios 8 of 10, playing his role here that he needs to support Rasmussen. Nicely cut.
Beautiful cut shot. So the fielders picked it up on the boundary. I don't know who's out there, but they come back for 2 runs.
Yeah, just having a look to see. It looks like number 7, Mark Warhurst, out there on the boundary. He's the non-batting player for Zimbabwe. Mark Warhurst standing in front of Stacey there. He's got the flag behind him. Oh,
playing a miss there.
Yeah. But they've done well here, the Australians. They're dealing in mostly 2s. Got a lot of 3s as well on the card. These 2 have run well. Australia, say, ahead of really where the run rate, batting at nearly 8 and over. It's another easy single to end the over. So 6 off that one, 69 for 5 after 9.
So singles are going to win this game, James. They don't have to be silly, and we can see that they're well ahead of the run rate. And a single each ball will take them to the 125 and win this game quite comfortably.
Yeah, you certainly called it. That's exactly what they're going to need to do, is just to make sure, exactly as they're doing now, is just keep that scoreboard ticking along. And just indication of that is that in the 4 overs from over 6 to 9, no boundaries have been hit, but they've scored 30 runs in those 4 overs. So going at 7.5, which is more than what they need. So
And I've just been told from our scorer here that Rasmussen has hit 4 threes
yeah,
in his 21 so far.
well, that is a high proportion, and they've run well, these two, and those have mostly been hit down to that long leg side boundary, and which John Coolgis is eyeing now. Fernando coming in for his third over. Tickled into the leg side. There's a man short at 45. There's no run there. Yeah.
Oh, that's popped up, and
bounced.
that's safe. Gee, that was lucky. That could have gone anywhere. That was fantastically bowled. A little bit quicker, that one.
And he seems to be getting extra bounce when he does bowl the quicker one. Surprised Rasmussen in the previous over Nalaka Fernando. It's 56 more needed off just over 10 overs. 5 and over. Pretty much what's needed, and that's all they need here, Australia.
Sensible batting, that is. That's very sensible batting from John Coolgis. John's not a big hitter. He just works the ball around. He'll get himself in, and he actually went to the tour of New Zealand just recently, about 3 weeks ago, with the other Australian side, the Over-55s, and scored some runs over there while he was on that tour.
Another one just pulled into the leg side, shortish from Fernando. There's protection out there in the deep, and it's a very long boundary down to the leg side. And Fernando, whilst he's got the 2 wickets, he has been quite expensive. 19 off his 2 overs and 4 balls so far.
Now, James, has Zimbabwe done the right thing by bowling White out? Should they have left him some overs?
I think that, they as a strike bowler, I think what they wanted to do was to see if he couldn't get maybe another wicket. That's neatly played, but straight to the man at backward point. It's the end of the 10th over. Players are going to take, I think they're going to take a drink. In fact, they are, and the Zimbabwean support team going out to take the drinks out to them, and they're Fazio Bio, and it is going to be a drinks break for the next couple of minutes. We're going to take a short break as well. We'll be back with you after that.
What's that? What's your tip, mate? Huh? What's your tip? Back on.
Yep, back on here with you at the Burt Oval at the Claremont Cricket Club. It is Australia needing a 54 to win of 10 overs, 5 wickets in hand. And it's going to be Andre LaRue to continue with his right arm medium pace.
Still got that deep third man in, James, and I just don't think he's bowling fast enough to have that deep third man unless they're going to throw the bat, and I don't think Australia need to throw the bat at it.
And I don't think that they would want to do that at this stage. The chat, I'm sure, at the drinks break would have been, look, just play normal cricket, guys. There's no need to take any risks. We've only got 5 wickets in hand. That's just played straight to Parham, who's at that backward point position. No need to do anything reckless at this stage. That's neatly played down to the man at mid-on, who's deep enough for Rasmussen to come through for an easy single. So just keep it ticking over, take the odd 2, and singles. You feel that Australia should get over the line here. They're well ahead of the run rate.
Oh, that looks wide. Yep, and it is wide. Yep. And just on Darren Rasmussen, he edged that first ball for 4 to get off the mark, and then after that, he's looked very solid. I thought
he has. Jimmy White did trouble a few of the batters with his pace. Certainly was probably for me the pick of the bowlers. Oh, it's neatly played once again by Kulgis, and that will go through for a couple extra. They're going to get 3 here, as the fielder in the deep is Malcolm Jones. Just goes to pick it up, and they will settle for 3. It's been a lot of 3s in this innings so far. You were saying Darren Rasmussen had hit 4 of them, and now the first 3 for John Kulgis.
I think Kulgis has done an injury out there. Yes, he's grabbed his hamstring.
Oh, that's not good news at all.
No. It doesn't look good. He's stretching it.
They have been doing a lot of running. They're just they're calling for the physio. Maybe he'll get that at the end of the over. We'll see. Still 3 balls to come. Perhaps he should have called the physio on right now. He's just going to walk through for the single. So 6 off the over already, which is...
Yeah, he's grabbing that left hamstring there.
See that,
James?
It's not what you want to see, especially if you're an Australian. That's not what you want. Need him to stay there in this partnership. No run there.
He looks very proppy there.
Yeah.
Well fielded by Dash there.
It's been good in the field as the number 26 for Zimbabwe.
Oh, that's a great shot. And he won't need to run there. That's 4 runs all the way to John Kulgis. So maybe he's just going to stand and deliver now.
Well, that is an excellent shot, and it's actually the first boundary since the 5th over. Can you believe that? And the runs have been flowing, but not in boundaries, and that just goes to show how these two have just been able to work the ball around and get the runs as Clint Keblake and Stuart Crisp come onto the field to chat to John Kulgis. And so the end of the over, 10 off that over, a good one that for Australia. It's 5 for 81, 44 needed now off 9 overs, so under 5 and over.
Yes, well on top of this run rate, the Australians, well on top. As you said, it's just the wickets, but these two look quite comfortable at the crease now, I think, and just depending on Kulgis how he's going to be. They were doing some stretching. It could be cramp. I'm not too sure. He's back up on his feet now. No, he's coming off. Kulgis is coming off. No, there's a runner coming out.
Okay.
Yep.
That is allowed in veterans cricket. I just have to.
Has to be at the fall of the 5th wicket.
Yeah.
James,
There
and
we
the
go.
5 wickets have gone. So James Johnson is coming out to be the runner for John Coolgis there. So he's obviously done an injury and wants to still keep going.
I think that's the right call from an Australian point of view, not to bring him off, but rather to put Jim Johnson on there to run for him. This partnership been very important for Australia. 34 already, and that's come off just 5 overs. So they've been batting at really the run rate they need to get to the win. At the moment now, just 5 and over needed for them to score in the last 9 overs.
As we see Peter Kirsten just come past us, and he came on the bus with the Australian side this morning out to the ground, and we said that now he's come on the Australian bus, he's now an Aussie, not a South African, so you'd have to put an Aussie cap on.
Well, there we
and
go.
He had a bit of a chuckle to that. We told him he was going to open the batting today.
Oh, there we go. Tell you what, he probably wouldn't have minded to put the pads on again. Kersey, my goodness, what a player he was. And his half-brother Gary Kirsten, brilliant for South Africa as well. The left-hander, Peter Kirsten, one of those players that did manage to finish their career playing Test cricket and one-day international cricket, made it to the World Cup in 1992, that famous or infamous, depends on which way you look at it, World Cup for South Africa, where they got to the semi-final against England. I think it was at Sydney at the SCG. As Fernando will finish his spell. Tosses it up, it's played very nicely straight, and it'll be just the one for Rasmussen. They will swap around now. The runner just determining where he's going to stand, Jim Johnston. Make sure that he's behind that popping crease. So those of you that aren't aware of that, I mean, if the runner is out of his ground and say, for example, the wicket-keeper then breaks the stumps, or then in fact the batter will be out. He's got to stay behind that line. So I think it's just determining where that line actually is. It's neatly played into the leg side. No run.
A lot of confusion can happen there out there with the runner as well, you know. Being brought up with my cricket, you know, the batsman's got to call yes, not the runner.
Exactly, yeah.
And the batsman went to run there as well. It happens all the time. That's a fantastic shot. Backward of point for 4 runs for John Coolgis. He's really got his eye now, and I think he's made the right decision to stay out there.
Certainly 23 off 23 balls for him now. His last couple of scoring shots have both been boundaries. That's really raced him along to that 23. Australia 39 more needed now, and 8 overs and 2 balls in which to get them. So the run rate coming down all the time. Zimbabwe did so well to get those 5 wickets. Australia were at the end of 6 overs 48 for 5, but the big thing for them was they'd scored at 8 and over in the power play, and that will be, I think, just a single to LaRue.
Yep, single to Coolgis, out to LaRue at deep cover. Fernando bowls to Rasmussen, just tickled round the square leg for a single, easy single then, and takes them on to 88 for 5.
Yeah,
doing it very easily now, the Australians.
There's good cricket, and no risk cricket is what you called for, Andrew.
Yes.
From an Australian point of view, was to make sure that somebody settle this down. I've got a partnership going, this one worth 41 so far. Another easy single, might even be 2. And they're coming
that
back
could be
for
out.
the second.
That's
he's
out.
got it.
That's
It's a
out.
direct
It's a direct hit. Yes, it's
Yeah.
out. It's out.
Well, is there a twist?
Number 8 threw that in.
Yeah, brilliant. Andre Leroux.
Andre Leroux, direct hit.
Well,
So
there
they
we
complete
go.
one run, going for the second. He's been run out. So they get the 1 run. But that sees the end of John Coolgis and Jim Johnson walking out with him. So that's 6 down now for 89.
Well,
So that throws a spanner in the works now with Matt Lewis coming out to bat.
well, it does indeed. My goodness me, 36 needed, 4 wickets in the bank. Rasmussen, he has been there the entire time. Coolgis run out by the direct hit from Leroux. He took a good catch earlier on to dismiss Giddings on that short extra cover position. And now Coolgis has to go. 24 for him. A very good innings from John Coolgis, but now job for Matt Lewis to do. Coming in quite low down the order, I would say, Andrew, for a player of Matt Lewis's batting capabilities. Saw what he was capable of in that test match in the innings that he did play, and got a job to do now with Rasmussen.
Yes, and the Australians didn't have to go for that second run there, James.
No, they
There
didn't, did they?
You know, they're just putting extra pressure on themselves. They're not really playing smart cricket there. And looking at the scoreboard and with 8 overs to go and the runs that they need need to sum this up and bat sensibly and run between the wickets sensibly. And that shows that, you know, this game has turns and roundabouts and anything can happen, and who knows what's going to happen in the next 8 overs here.
Well, exactly. This is fascinating stuff here, as it's going to be, I think, a change of bowling from the southern end, from the Muizenberg end. And it's Rory McQuaid, yep, coming in to bowl. He's played for the over-60s last season as well. So just to give you a score from the field down below, it is Canada that were 93 for 2 after 10. They're now 100 for 5 after 12 overs. So it's all gone a bit wrong for them there against the South African Rhinos. They were looking good to cause a massive upset. Could still do that, but less chance of that now, needing 66 of the last 8 overs with 5 wickets in hand. That's certainly a tougher task, you would feel, than the one that potentially is here for Australia. Now, Rasmussen, Andrew, he holds the key, doesn't he, here?
Oh, for sure. Darren Rasmussen certainly holds the key. He's batted absolutely perfect through these innings. As McWade comes in, it just dotted back to a short cover from Rasmussen. But yeah, Darren here needs to just... I think if Darren's in at the end, Australia win.
Yeah. They just need to bat it 4.5 and over. It's in the air, but it bounces well short of the man at deep backward point through for the single. So Lewis now will face his first ball, Matt Lewis. He certainly can hit a cricket ball a long way, but that's not necessarily what Australia will be looking for at the moment. What they're looking for is somebody to just knock it around and make sure he stays there until the end. That's his job here.
McWade comes in to Lewis. Oh, that's kept low. That one kept low, I thought. Lewis tried to play that down to third man, but just missed the ball completely.
I think there's a risk with that shot as well. They've still got a man in there at that's like a catching position that Hopper is in at, almost short at 45. They do have the third man in position. It's quite deep. No runs in there.
Good start from McWade
Yeah.
so far.
Is good. Just a single off 4 deliveries for him. And Parham came in there from his position at short extra cover. And maybe Zimbabwe here. I wonder whether they shouldn't perhaps bring that man up from the cover, from the point boundary.
Oh, well bowled.
Wow. Oh, a bit of zip there from McQuaid.
I think that cut away, and
Yeah.
Matt Lewis gave the bowler a nod there to say great ball.
McQuaid, good first over for him. 4.8 run rate required.
Oh, that's a
huge,
big
but
hit.
it's
That's
in. There's a man underneath it, and he's
That's
taken
out.
the catch. Well, I don't believe what I'm seeing here, Andrew. And that is that man LaRue yet again is in the action. He ran Jim Johnson out, Coolgis out in the previous over, and now it is Matt Lewis. Well, you have to say, gave it away. No need to play that shot.
no need at all to play that shot, and that's just hit straight down the throat of LaRue, where he could have hit that along the ground. Singles, it's going to win it for Australia here, and they're still 35 away from reaching their target with still 8 overs in hand, but the wickets is a problem now, 7 down.
So 90 for 7, you say at the end of the over. John Short coming in to join Dan Rasmussen, and just not clever cricket here, you have to say, from a number of the Australian batters. And just
So John Short comes to the crease now, and John Short can hit a ball, but
yeah.
we don't need guys to hit a
No.
ball. We just need guys to turn the strike over at the moment.
Yeah, thank you, Stacey. Just reminding me here, Andy Walton it was who got player of the tournament in that over 60s last year. Absolutely brilliant he was. Yeah, don't know why. I think my my over 60s memory is fading as well quite rapidly here. No. I was going to tell Stacey I still have an excuse perhaps, but yeah.
So I think that was the end of the over too.
It was the end of the over. Fernando's finished his spell, so we're going to have a new bowler from the Ardennes end. It's going to be Dash Vagmaria. He's going to be dashing in from the Ardennes end.
Wonder whether he was as quick as a kid. That's why they named him Dash.
Maybe. You never know. We'll have to find out where he got his nickname from. Probably short for something like Dash Gupta, maybe. Right, so just bowling his tweakers here.
The Zimbabwe supporters right up and about now. They feel that they've got this game in their hands.
They've been plenty of twists and turns here, haven't they? My goodness, it's been one of those games. Don't rule it out being a thriller. They're going to turn for 2. No, they're not. Well,
I
it was
think they
2
would've
there. I thought
there was 2 there too, James. Easily 2.
And you always say when we're on comms and you're looking at a situation like that, you say you don't take the 2, and you don't know what happens the next ball. It's got to be running for the 2s when they're available. That was a certain 2. And John Short at strike now for his first delivery is in behind it.
I remember when I first played cricket, my coach always used to say to me, "You've got to run that first one hard."
You do, always. The first one you always run hard. You never know what's going to happen out there. You put the fielder under pressure, you may have the chance to run the second. And certainly there, felt there was 2 all day.
Another dot ball there, so this is a good over.
Yeah, another good over here. So 34 needed. 6 overs and 2 balls left. Starting to go more towards a runner ball. And bowling well here. Bagmaria. Australia 7 down. Sri Lanka, listen to me, Bagmaria. Zimbabwe are confident. Oh, neatly played.
Definitely only one single there.
Fernando, and that's why I was thinking it was Sri Lanka.
Great over there by Dash.
Yeah.
3 off it, I think.
2 off the over
2.
only.
Yep.
So 92 for 7. 33 needed. 36 balls, so it's just under a runner ball. John Short taking a few balls now to get his eye in. And want to make sure that they're just keeping that scoreboard ticking along. Rory McQuaid took a wicket off his last ball of his previous over. It was Matt Lewis going for the big hit over the deep mid-wicket boundary. Didn't get all of it, and Andre LaRue took a good catch on the boundary. McQuaid into Short. Tickled into the leg side, no run. Lindsay does the fielding.
Bowls a little bit like John Short, I reckon,
Yeah,
McQuaid.
he is, isn't he?
Just comes in, just rolls his arm over, just puts it on the spot.
Yeah. And Australians now required to make all the running with this. It's pulled across. It's going to be a single.
Easy single there.
Rasmussen, not too much of the strike of late, and you just look at the number of balls he's faced. Andrew, he's only faced 4 overs out of the 14 overs. He's been there from the beginning. You just feel it. He faced a little bit more. Oh, that's a glorious shot, straight to the man. That's a shortish mid-off. So there's nobody in the deep. Maybe asking Rasmussen to try and take those fielders on that are especially on the offside. Oh, it's the Rory McQuaid saying that hit his hand. At umpire, and not a bit of discussion here because Conrad Bass, they're just going to have a discussion with Jeff Charlesworth. He's claiming Rory McQuaid that he touched that onto the stumps. That would mean John Short would potentially have been run out at the bowler's end. And so we're waiting for the decision here from the umpires. There's some discussion here. This could be a defining moment in the game, and he's given him out.
Get him out, run out.
Well, there we go. Hit down the ground straight by Rasmussen. Touch of the hand from McQuaid, trying to stop the ball, and deflects onto the stumps. And now Australia 8 down with the score on 93. So 8 for 93. And John Short makes way, and it's coming to the crease.
Stuart Crisp.
Stuart Crisp now to join Rasmussen, and 93. So just 3 runs between Short and Rasmussen. One of the unluckiest ways to be out in the sport of cricket.
Hit back quite hard, so John didn't have enough time to sort of get back in when he was backing up, and it's one of those ways that you just go out in cricket and you have no one to blame for that, do you?
Nothing that you could do about that.
When luck's on your side, and the luck was on Zimbabwe's side there.
Definitely. So Crisp there at the crease now. Still 32 needed, 32 deliveries left in the innings. Neatly played. Again there, that looked like
no run.
Could have been a run. That's sent back. It was Rasmussen. Stuart Crisp in his first game here for Australia. Didn't play in the Test match last week, as he said, with that injury. He's looked very good in the field and with the ball. That's the shot
that's
I
hit
was
over the
waiting
top, and that's
for.
4 runs.
Yeah, excellent shot from Rasmussen. Goes down to the boundary for 4, and there is nobody deep there, and thought that might be an area they was eyeing. And so very important boundary, 28 needed now of 30 deliveries.
That's over there as well, I think, James.
It is indeed at the end of the over, so 8 for 97 at the end of 15.
As I said, if Darren Rasmussen is still here at the end of the innings, I think Australia will win.
Well, Canada have really struggling now after they were 93 for 2 after 10 overs. They've scored just 16 runs in the next 6 overs for the loss of 4 wickets. So looking like they're not going to get over the line there. They need 58 of 4 overs. So 5 overs to go here. Can Australia get these 28 runs? Can Zimbabwe get these 2 wickets? Dash McMurray, he's only conceded 2 in his first over. No run there.
This is what happens when wickets fall, guys. They've got to get themselves in, don't they,
Yeah,
James?
they do.
And they can't go from ball 1.
No, Chris, he's going to have a bit of a look first. I mean, that's important. He still does have time. It's a runner ball from here. Lets that one go. And he wanting the wide, but he's saying no.
Umpire Jeff Charlesworth said, no way, that's not a wide.
No. So 28 of 28, 2 wickets in hand. This is going to be a thriller, I think. Already been so many twists in this game. Yeah, neatly played down to Andre Leroux, but you don't take 2 to this man.
No, look at that arm.
That time it's not quite on target, but still, you do not need to take any risks at this stage. Rasmussen, he's the man in. What have we got for Rasmussen? We've got a man on the deep cover boundary. We've got a long off, we've got a long on, we've got a deep mid wicket, we've got a deep backward square. Space maybe through or over extra cover, but is he going to be risking that? That's neatly played. That's a good shot from him. It's just the one.
Well fielded there.
Oh, they're up for this, aren't they? The Zimbabweans, Captain Gavin Lindsay, they looked like they were dead and buried at 43 for 3 after 10 overs. Just batting at 4 and over, and then he came in. She had a brilliant partnership. That's again tickled into the leg side. They're in quickly to prevent the single. 26 off 25.
We've got the game here.
We have indeed. This is going to be down to the wire, folks. Don't go anywhere. 2 off the over. 99 the score. 8 wickets down. Well, this is T20 cricket at its best, actually. Low scoring affairs that you get excitement now towards the end. And who's going to blink first now in this final stanza?
And McWade again on. I think he's bowled really well, McWade, when he's
has.
come on. He's been very economical.
Yeah, 1 for 6.
1 for 6 off 2 overs, yeah. So he's done the job.
He has indeed.
For Zimbabwe, when he's come on, he's really stopped that run rate from Australia. Oh, that's gone through. So easy single to Rasmussen, which I don't think Zimbabwe will mind that.
No, I don't think they will either. I mean, Rasmussen just gives the strike to crisp. I think that's been one of the challenges for Australia. Is 34 off 30 for Rasmussen. He's faced only 5 overs of the 16 that have been bowled, and it's look at the innings from Giddings, 23 off, really batting it better than a runner ball. John Coolgis, 24 at better than a runner ball, or at a runner ball. That's no run there.
Yeah, I think Giddings was the key wicket.
He was, wasn't he? He was looking so good. He got that full toss outside the off stump by White, and he hit it straight to Andre LaRue. Zimbabwe believing now. Oh,
that's a shot from Chris, but they've got a sweeper out there, Zimbabwe, and that will only be a single. That's out to deep mid wicket.
That LaRue, the man of the moment. Man, he took that brilliant run out of Coolgis that you felt was a key point in the game, that run out. Direct hit when Jim Johnson was coming back for the second, running for John Coolgis.
Oh, that's over the top. But they've got a deep third man down there, and he's cuts it off, and they've come through just for a single. So Rasmussen, that's the first time we've seen Rasmussen throw the bat.
Yeah. Pressure now. Yeah, 23 needed. 20 deliveries left.
Australians need a boundary to release this pressure, I think, James.
Yeah, they do. They need one or two will be good for them now. Yeah, it's played wide of the man. They should get two here. They are going to come back for the second. Long legs there. Stuart Crisp.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4 strides and he's down from one end to the other.
I think so too. It's needs to use those long legs now to get through with these runs. Very important. If you're Australian and you're watching this, Stuart Crisp stays with Darren Rasmussen. 21 off 19. It's still pretty much a runner ball. Rory McQuaid's been excellent. 1 for 11 off 2.5. Down the leg side. He's going to have to bowl that one again. Extra runs.
They can't afford that, the Zimbabwe's.
No.
Extra balls, extra runs. It's going to be tight here, I think.
Yeah, it is. Now back down to the equation of virtually a runner ball. 20 off 19 as we have the dog walkers in front of the sight screen. It's all happening, folks. It's all happening here. We've got people walking their dogs in front of the sight screens. 8 down. Neatly played into the leg side. Oh, good fielding from the captain. Got their fielding positions pretty much worked out here, the Zimbabweans. So it is 105 for 8. 20 needed off 18 deliveries. 6 off that over from McQuaid. He's likely to bowl the 19th as well. Who's going to bowl it? Is Vagmaria going to bowl 2 of the last 3? He's the bowler. They just haven't been able to get him away as yet. His 2 overs have only gone for 4 runs.
And they're hitting with the wind here, the Australians, so they should try to target this over, I think.
I think they're going to have to. You can't leave it for the last 2 overs. You're going to have to do something here. The right man is on strike. Here's a left arm over bowler. Just think the area here, maybe over the head of Lindsay at extra cover, is maybe what Rasmussen should be targeting. He played it into the leg side. It's in the air. And
he's dropped him.
Dropped it. It's gone down. And it wasn't that easy a catch.
No, very hard catch. Very hard catch.
Parham out there at deep mid-wicket. He's put that down, Wayne Parham. He only gets through for the single. Crisp needs to rotate the strike, you feel.
Dash is bowling left arm around the wicket now. Chris goes, oh, that's a big hit, and that's over the boundary, and that's 6 runs, hits the side screen, and that has released the pressure.
Well, he just puts that long leg of his down the wicket, swings through the line, the first maximum for the Australians in this innings. And as you said, Andrew, that just releases that pressure. Was building, and now with that 6 brings the total needed to 13. 2 wickets in hand. Crisp 10 off 10. That's a huge hit.
Those big long levers of his just opened up, didn't they? He just put his foot to the ball.
Yep.
Big long levers, and then he just took it straight down the ground, and it actually hit the sight screen.
Well,
the frame of the sight screen, and went down onto the other oval down below.
Well, folks, this is why we love this game. It's the rivalry out there is there to be seen. Some fantastic cricket we've seen here today. That's played past the man at short extra cover for the single. Good cricket from Stuart Crisp. Hits a 6, gets himself off strike. Rasmussen on strike now, 12 off 14. Sorry, 15. 12 off 15. The equation looking better for Australia. 1 wicket. The Zimbabweans will feel it's theirs. It's played down to deep square just for the one.
As I said, singles will win it for him, James. Singles will win it. There's plenty of gaps out there with 5 fieldsmen out.
No need to take risks now necessarily. That hit from Crisp really was excellently done. No real risk in that shot. Straight over the bowler's head. Lays that down to the man at long
well
on.
run.
Good running from Rasmussen. Comes back for the second. Big over this. 11 off this. And now 9 needed off 13 deliveries. Crisp, he's playing his role here. Stuart Crisp.
This is just going to relieve the pressure a little bit for the Australians here. There he goes again.
So pulls that down once again to the man in the deep. Rasmussen coming back. He's going to make it easily.
Great running there from Rasmussen, James there, and ran that first one hard. And the Australians moved to 118 for 8 after the end of that over. Great over. That
13
off that over, and that they are requiring another 7 runs off 12 balls.
That was the over they needed. It's got them to within touching distance of this, and we said, didn't we, Andrew, at the beginning of that over, they can't leave it until the 19th or 20th over. That was the over that had to go. Maybe they had the discussion. Stuart Crisp on strike, he knew he was the one who had to go for it. Don't want Rasmussen to get himself out now. Crisp was the one, and my goodness me, and he lived up to his name. That shot was as crisp as they come.
Oh yes, very was, James, and as I said, he was hitting with the wind as well.
Oh, playing a miss outside the off stump from Rasmussen. McQuaid. I mean, we've got all the chatter from the sidelines now. The Zimbabweans, just 2 balls. The Australians clapping, cheering every run as these two get them closer to that target. Clipped into the offside. There's a man out there in the deep. They turn for the second. Those long legs of Stuart Crisp getting him back easily. 5 needed. 10 balls. Is there going to be another twist?
We certainly have got the game up here, not like down there at the bottom oval, James.
No, we have got the game
Eugene's
here.
down there, and he'll be bored out of his brains down there, won't he?
He will be. Yeah. It's very nicely played. The man in the deep didn't pick it up quickly. They're going to turn for another 2. And now just the 3 needed for Australia. The applause coming from the men to our left-hand side, the men in yellow.
Moving the field up. They're moving the fielders up now.
Yeah, I think that's sensible.
They really have to make Australia hit over now to win this game.
41 of 36. He's been there since ball 1, Darren Rasmussen. He's watched all around him fall, and he's been the man who stood there resolutely and played a gem of an innings for Australia. They are going to get over the line. Neatly played, cut down to Hopper at backward point. No run there.
8 balls left.
Just
3 runs needed.
Just the 3. Just the 3. But, no need for any panic at all from the batting point of view here. Rasmussen, he doesn't strike me as somebody that panics. He seems very laid back. I know he's probably got the butterflies are flying in formation there, I'm sure, in that stomach at the moment.
Yes, he would be, mate. He wouldn't want to let his side down, I'll tell you that. This partnership has been fantastic. I think it's been about a 29 partnership.
Yeah, exactly that, 29. Yeah, very important for the 9th wicket. He's not going to get that pass to Hopper. So we're going to the final over here.
Oh, what a game.
Andrew. Well, 4 off the over, 4 dots, 122, 8 wickets down. Stuart Crisp on strike. It's going to be, I'm sure, Dash Vagmoria to bowl the final over.
And have Zimbabwe done the right thing by bowling wide out, straight out in that first 4 overs?
Well, that is a question. You asked it much earlier on in the piece. He was their key bowler, wasn't he?
Yes.
Looked so good up front. Got a couple of big wickets, and it really was excellent. Was Jimmy White for Zimbabwe. They're going to turn to the left-arm orthodox spinner. It's going to be Dash Vagmoria up against Stuart Crisp.
They've still got their 2 long fielders out there.
James,
I don't think I'd make him hit over.
I agree with you. I think
he just pushes that over, and it's an easy single.
Yeah, even the 2 there. Rory McQuaid's gone down to the boundary there. He's got Fernando at long off. He's got McQuaid at long on. You might have their quicker fielders in the ring. He's got a ring field. They don't have anybody deep.
No, just the 2 out, the long on and the long off.
Yeah, and just some work being done there by Kenyan Zeal, just to put the men in straighter. So now Dash Vagmoria, 3 to win.
Will Stuart Crisp attack him?
Yeah.
No.
Pushes it back.
3 off 5 now. We have got the game.
Oh, well, we have indeed. Well, now what's going to happen here?
Oh, that's been hit sweetly.
It's hit hard. It's going to be McQuaid. They're turning for the second. Rasmussen's coming back. Is he going to make it?
Yes, he does.
Oh, he dives in.
Scores a level.
Oh, it's a great 2 run by Rasmussen. He's been there from the beginning. He dives in, rolls over. And, well, incredible stuff here on the Burt Oval. What a game we've had. Crisp plays it in the air.
And there it is.
And that will be the victory for Australia. You take this, Andrew?
Yes, we'll take this for sure. And they run 2 to just make sure of it. But what a game, James. What a game. Played in great spirit. And it's come down to the final over, and that's what we want. We want games like this where everyone is on their edge of their seat. And what a fantastic game that's been from both sides.
Yeah, the spirit of cricket alive and well here at the Burt Oval at the Claremont Cricket Club. Australia getting home by 2 wickets. That man, Darren Rasmussen, taking Australia to the win with Stuart Crisp. What an important innings from Crisp. 19 off 16. That partnership worth 33. They lost the last wicket. At 8 down, they were at 93. They put together 33 to get Australia over the line. It was nip and tuck for a long time there for the men in yellow, and the Zimbabweans, they did not give up. They put together a good total of 124 for 4 thanks to their captain Gavin Lindsay. 56 of 43, well supported by Rory McQuaid, and then Darren Rasmussen carried his bat for Australia. 41 of 39. He opened the batting, he played all the way through, found willing partners in John Kulgis, and at the end Stuart Crisp. That was quite a game there, Andrew.
Oh, quite a game. And Darren Rasmussen, not just his only 41, it was his running between wickets when he wasn't on strike. Those twos that he ran set that win up for him at the end. So very unselfish by Darren. Fantastic game, and I take my hat off to that innings of his, but also the innings of Gavin Lindsay. Fantastic to get the Zimbabwe. I didn't think it was going to be enough, but they took those early wickets and put the pressure on, and Australia threw some wickets away as well, but have come away now with the win, and I think they're a little bit relieved, the Aussies out there. What a fantastic game. It's been a fantastic day out here at Claremont at the Burt Oval, and I think we're going to sign off shortly, and I'll leave it up to you, mate.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Lovely to have you here on commentary with me today, and lovely to have the thoughts as well of Stacey and Nellerman from the Zimbabwean side as well. It has been a brilliant game of cricket. The spirit of cricket has won through today, and the Australians just getting over the line. From myself, James King, the entire team at Pitch Vision, we really want to say thank you for being with us. I hope you're going to join us tomorrow. We have 4 more exciting games here at Claremont Cricket Club. From us, for the moment, it's goodbye, but please join us again tomorrow, 10 a.m. in the morning. We look forward to seeing you then.